Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons. Just like that. That's wonderful. Great. We're awesome. Before we jump into tonight's episode, we do have some announcements to get through, beginning with our first sponsor, NordVPN. Sam?
Actually, Matt, I didn't write a NordVPN sketch this week.
They're
What a strange.
Sorry.
they're still sponsoring the show.
I know
think?
they are, but recently I was at a family reunion watching old 16mm home movies of my grandparents, my father, my aunts and uncles, and it made me wonder, 50 years from now, when my grandkids dig up old videos of me, what are they gonna find? Are they gonna find me in light-up crotch costumes, clipping clothespins to my face, eating shaving cream? Are they gonna see me ruin our family name?
I mean, yeah, very likely.
Yes, or maybe they'll stumble across tonight's ad. And if they do, hi kids, hi grandkids, hi great-grandkids, it's me, Sam Riegel, patriarch of your family tree, the legendary figure that both established the Riegel name and besmirched it. I wanted you youngsters to know that once upon a time, I was a real guy who worried, balanced work and life, who tried his best. And if I'm gone, you should know that I had a wonderful, talented wife I didn't deserve. I had 2 fantastic kids who thought I was funny. I had amazing sisters, parents. I had a lazy rescue dog named Rigatoni. I had a group of best friends that played a silly fantasy game together, and it turned into a business, but really it was just an excuse for us to keep hanging out with each other forever. And those friends loved me so much that they allowed me to waste hours of their life with these ridiculous advertising skits, which only barely mentioned our sponsors. I guess what I'm trying to say is, my hope for you, my distant relatives, is that you find what I've found. A partner you love, a role that makes you smile, friends who let you be yourself no matter how self-indulgent. And if you don't have that yet, please don't give up on it. Don't stop looking until you find yourself in a room, maybe it's big, maybe it's small, and you realize you love every single person in the room. And who knows, when you watch this video, look around, you might just be sitting in a room like that right now. And even if it's the year 2122, go ahead and check out NordVPN. If the robot uprising failed, they probably still provide the highest quality encryption for your internet traffic and hide your IP and physical location. If the water wars ended in a truce, it'll be available on every major platform. And you can go to nordvpn.com/criticalrole or use code criticalrole to get a 2-year plan plus bonus gift with a huge discount. Matt, hack to you.
That was extremely sweet and terrifying.
I was so waiting for it to shift, and you were just so sweet the whole
Stayed
time.
sweet the whole time. I kind of thought it was going to segue into your last will and testament for a minute there.
That's all we have on file, actually. So we'll go with that one.
Full thing. I'm not going to edit it.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Wait, you're gonna live longer than me?
Keyless, baby. It's true. This episode is also sponsored by our friends at Ghostfire Gaming and their brand new release in collaboration with the Dungeon Dudes, Drakkenheim, Sebastian Crow's Guide to Drakkenheim. The book includes everything you need to run your campaign in the world corrupted by the events in Drakkenheim, including new monsters, NPCs, locations, spells, items, tools, feats, and player options. Check out this gritty, dark fantasy world filled with political intrigue right now at Drakkenheim.com. And thank you so much for supporting the show. Marisha, you got something?
Yeah, just another quick reminder that we take the last Thursday of every month off, so there will not be a new episode this week or next week of Campaign 3. We will be back with episodes in the aisles behind you and in the aisles in front of you, which is going to be episode 32 on Thursday, September 1st.
How much longer will you live than me?
1,000 years. Sticking with it.
It's perfect.
She buys into the cybernetic thing before you do.
Indeed.
Oh, yeah.
Upload to
Just
light.
gotta get, that's the goal, right? You just want to get uploaded.
Send Junipero.
That's all that matters.
Uploaded and upgraded. Upgraded and then uploaded.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well,
That's it? No merch?
that's it.
That was a
for now.
record for Campaign 3, I feel like.
was really
Hey,
think
you
it
guys, check out the shirt that I announced before.
And the trend continues. Awesome. Thank you, Laura. I believe that concludes our announcements. So let's go ahead and jump
Give it
into
to me, man.
tonight's episode of
Thursday. till we reach the top. 2 by 2 we fall. Will we meet our end or meet our destiny? Hold your breath and roll.
How do you want to do this?
It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery. Who knows what will happen? He might. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight.
From the healer to the renegade,
We all share the same goal. Adding more allies, taking more chances.
hold your breath and roll.
You can certainly try.
It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery. From darkness our friendship will rise. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. Oh, get ready. It's Thursday night.
And welcome back. So, you're so bad at this, all of you. So, last we left off, Bell's Hells, in their search for a Montreschi, encountered some interesting intrigue, encountered some betrayal, and eventually met up with the parents of Fern Callaway, who themselves seem to have been caught up in this strange Ruidus business that you're beginning to unfurl at an escalating pace, discovering apparently that Fern herself was a Ruidus born. And in the attempts to protect their child, they got involved a bit deeper than they intended to before escaping into Exandria for a number of years. There have been some discussions about this disparity in experience between the years that you were in the Feywild, wondering what they were up to, and the years that they experienced them past here. But traveling alongside Birdie across the desert lands of the Hellcatch, a brief encounter with some brigands from the Ruiner's Fist, or Fist of the Ruiner, and destroying them entirely, gathering some goods, some well-earned spoils from the battle, you headed off to the hideaway, where the Callaways had been working with their ally, Ira Wendigoth, the Nightmare King. There they'd been constructing over time an apparatus that seemed to be constructed with the hopes of unveiling the nature of Ruidus, to give them some inclination as to what exactly is going on with this moon, as many different threads in the world seem to be converging towards this point in time in this specific astral entity. Upon arriving and meeting Ollie, your father, and having a reunion with Ira, some questions back and forth seemed to cause some tensions, some reveals of history and timelines and intent led to some relatively heated conversation. But upon the weave lens that you were given to Morgan as you left the Feywild, being delivered to your parents and thus onto Ira, who installed it, the final piece of this machine, this scope that he had created, allowed it to engage. And he showed a number of you sights you had not seen before. Glimpses through a scope that could both read what appeared to be the larger magical ley lines that slowly encompass and seem to be in some way drifting across the lands of Exandria. You got to look past the daylight into the stratosphere and beyond to get a glance at Ruidus clearly, and where the texture of storms seemed to still swirl there upon its surface. You, Orem, and then passing on the honed vision to Imogen, you saw a flash of something that you swear looked like a city on the surface. And as you pull your head away from the apparatus, Ira, spindly spider-like arms and legs, still there, black, vacuous eyes looking at you with that continuous grin. What did you see?
Just that cage.
He goes and grabs the apparatus and kind of pulls it to his face and begins to slowly turn some of the dials as the... You tell me.
We really should have looked at him with
We
that green
really
lens
should have.
before we gave it to him.
But as he begins to glance within the device that he had completed construction on and fiddling with the various elements of it, you hear him begin to chuckle a bit to himself as the Callaway parents both kind of are absorbing the recent bits of information that have come your way.
What are you laughing about over there?
Can I throw a detect thoughts on him while he's looking?
Yes.
If you'd like to, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Immediate surface thoughts are of deep curiosity, a hungry curiosity. There is a rushing pattern of trying to piece things together rapidly with shreds of information, and behind that is just a drive, a burbling excitement from within. Are you delving deeper for anything specific?
He'll know, right? But will he know the source? He'll just know that someone has delved into
It's
him?
hard to tell necessarily the source, depending.
Yeah, I tried it back before, and he came back at me with psychic energy. That's why I didn't do it again this time.
I'll do it again.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
You didn't
I'm
experience
delving.
it the first time.
Delving, okay.
It's a 14 wisdom.
Indeed. You begin to push in further, and you feel a lack of resistance as you begin to kind of push into the mind, but you're pulled into just endless darkness. And in the moment you feel like you're not going to be able to pull back, suddenly there's a face, a grin, like a jack-o'-lantern, and you're pulled back into your mind. You take 7 points of psychic damage.
I almost am down.
Oh my god.
Wait, you didn't do...
He wasn't able
You
to
did short rest.
because he was
I've
towing.
got 2 points.
You just roll
I'm
it.
gonna look at you.
We have no reason to know what happened. Wow.
I'm gonna look over at Oram and say in your head, did you see the city?
I think that's what I saw.
What could it mean?
You tell me. You can see him look down at his own arm.
We'll figure it out.
Can I use my Hunter's Bane to just do a perception check on the Nightmare King, Ollie, and Birdie? And is there anything else in this room that gives me a ping?
Sure, go ahead and roll
Just
perception.
because there's
with
a
advantage.
whole bunch of Fae, supposedly. Yeah.
Supposedly?
Oh, yeah.
Supposedly.
You shut your mouth. 20, dirty 20.
Wow. wow. Bob and weave.
Indeed. I mean, the smell of Fae in this room, a plethora of Fae, beyond just that which you're familiar with, is nearly pungent, especially in the direction of the Nightmare King. From Ira, there is a strong, almost like a sour sulfurous smell that reaches your nose. Something that it doesn't feel like rot or festering, but it burns your nose slightly. There's a powerful Fey energy from this direction. Glancing about, you know very well kind of the Fey lineage of Fern, and you get the same sense. Well,
Shady ass.
but she is a uniquely large beast when compared to her parents. Mm-hmm. The parents seem to be as expected, if themselves kind of caught in the process of looking at each other, kind of whispering a bit and watching as Ira goes into the device, kind of looking through his patterns and such. I will say you're looking for other odd Fey elements in the chamber.
No other pings in the room of entities or anything that's like kicking up because this telescope is operating at like full power.
Understood. Nothing catches your attention like that. No.
Cool.
Nothing sets off your alarm bells.
Cool.
So what's the plan now?
This is so suspicious of Ashley.
You got your device.
Just
He kind of stops moving some of the knobs and the sides and pulls back and kind of turns around to the rest of you. Well, I guess first I have to say thank you for each and every one of you doing your part and bringing us to this point in time. And if you do see more again, please give me my regards for her work.
Did you guys ever date?
No. She has standards.
She does, but she talked about you quite a bit, but not... She didn't say very nice things.
He glances back into the...
Why? She talked about the Nightmare King, you know.
But like as a boogeyman sort of a thing? Oh, okay.
He pulls back and says, this is deeply curious. There is much more to this moon than even I theorized. And historically, Ruidus has been thought to change things, believed to bring dark tidings, corrupted fates. I took it as mere superstition. But when they all became so invested in it, when they peeked through, when all these patterns, as Hondir says, and gestures over to the goblin, who's just kind of like overwhelmed and still hurt from the previous encounter. Well, how could I not want to pull on the thread myself? After all, what am I if not a lifelong master of things that evolve into something greater?
What did you see when you looked through?
I think we saw the same thing. He goes back into the machine and begins rapidly spinning a few things. And you hear him kind of muttering like, wait, where is it? Where is it? And you see the device now bending away and shifting and like scanning around the horizon rapidly.
Oh.
Like a strange snake-head appendage that's just kind of like whipping and spinning around and pushing and zooming back, and you can hear the whirring noise and the various elements of arcane battery-like devices are flashing and flickering and glowing, some dimming, some brightening, and then reversing.
What happened?
He's still just attached to it, not responding.
Is it pausing in any particular direction as it whips around, or is it just chaotic?
It looks like it's like moving around for something.
Did you lose Ruidus?
No, I'm not looking for Ruidus.
What are you looking for?
There. I see what they're doing. Not much time, but I much watch their faces as they fail.
Can we see which direction it's pointing in right now?
You're in my mind.
Make a perception check.
2.
Not much of an idea here in the subterranean.
Ow, I hurt.
May I look through it?
Are you asking this?
Yeah.
It's a bit occupied at the moment, my dear. My apologies. And he's just like a child obsessed with an arcade game. He is just honed in on it at the moment.
She spent years trying to get you this lens. The least you could do is let her peek through it.
Yeah, and who's failing?
Pulls back from the device. Looks back with another smile. They were fools and they thought they could do this alone. They were fools to think others wouldn't work to steal the thunder out from under them. But me, I just want to be the first there and the one to make the choice for them.
Can I try to peek into the thing while he's standing next to him? Am I still
As you
standing next
lean
to
forward, your head hits something.
What?
You pull back, and you don't see anything.
She can't step forward?
At least something impacted you. You kind of pull back, and you see a brief, like, flicker of something in front.
Probably put like a force.
Are we talking about the Unseelie Court?
Partially. Them and their allies.
Are you talking about the machine that they were creating?
That they were creating.
That you were creating?
See, the funny thing is, when your work is unfinished, it makes it easy for you to, make the work your own. So, I thank you both, Mom and Pop Callaway for both stopping them from their useless climb with unfocused interests and allowing me the opportunity to do this together. At least know that whatever they have planned, they won't succeed.
Could you be just a tad more specific when you say they? I think it's a little bit of unseelie, but what's the other little bit?
Fool.
Thule is indeed involved in one of the thorns in my side during our time working together, yes. She's prickly, doesn't appreciate talent of my background.
And a friend. What's her name again?
They're not from around here. Older gentleman by the name of Ludinus.
Oh, I fucking knew it! Oh! Sorry, that was Liam.
Ludinus! You fucker!
Does Orm at least know country of origin?
Roll a history check.
History. Fucking knew it. Natural 20.
Yo! Give the man his props.
You are indeed aware of the Cerberus Assembly from Wildmount, and with the natural 20, I will say you are aware of the loose hierarchy there, and know that Ludinus is one of the, if not the founding member of the group. You know of their checkered history.
I'll just stay stony.
They're both dangerous, but they're both a bit arrogant. They have a habit of not paying attention to pieces that haven't been on the board for a while. I think we can use that to our advantage.
You're tangling with some heavy pieces on that board.
Maybe. But I've been bored for too long anyway. It'll be fun.
I'm up for fun. What kind of advantage?
Advantage?
Yeah, you said it'll give us some advantages.
Remind me what you... I'm not quite sure what you're referring to.
Oh,
Sorry.
I thought you said they're preoccupied, so it'll be to our advantage.
Oh, I see what you mean. Sorry. The DM was like, I lost the thread on that.
Don't know what you mean.
Well, the scope, I guess it's only fair since you've been so forthright and helpful and welcoming. Very warm reception across the board. They're not that far from here. And they were close to finishing what I was helping them build, minus a few small things. Though maybe not so small now that I look at it all. They lost the crown, but they could have finished them more. That's no matter. It took much longer to build this without the support and resources at their behest, but I like to work alone anyway. Especially without being underneath such shifty bureaucratic bullshit. The advantages that we have, that I have, is that we've been forgotten. At least I have been. It's the Callaways that draw their attention. And I think at this point, we have to diverge. After all, I can't have your scent on me any further.
I'm gonna try to step forward, closer to...
You hit what almost feels like a brick wall in the middle of the air, and as you hit, there's a brief, like a shudder of energy before it disperses and is clear once more.
Why is this here?
As a safety measure.
Or are you scared?
I'm thorough.
Fair enough. You're not gonna let me look through it just once.
Oh, you're welcome to.
Yeah?
He gets to climb up the machine. Gets about halfway up, reaches over and pulls open this large hatch on it. Kind of dust and stuff settle off of it. He reaches in and starts parting a few things and pulls out what looks to be a silver crystalline crown. You hear like the cracking of glass as he removes it, places it upon his head. It's yours now.
Well, now it's not gonna work.
I'm gonna cast Hold Person.
Okay. Unfortunately, nothing passes the barrier.
That's just ruin everything I was gonna try to.
And also, this is good to know, Hold Person works on humanoids.
Oh, he's not a humanoid?
Oh, he is far from a humanoid.
Big fan.
But just good to keep in mind in the future. With the crown on the head, he glances across the rest of you. I do hope you realize the incredible deed you've done. We are all about to accomplish together. Rudis has not carved you a dark fate, but a historical one.
I'm gonna
He
try
goes into
anyway
a
and try
deep
to
bow.
pull, use my telekinesis to try to pull the crown off his head. I know it probably won't work, but I'm gonna try it anyway.
Unfortunately, this barrier is preventing anything from reaching past. He goes into a deep bow and looks up ever so
Wait.
slightly.
Wait. Just 2 seconds is more than.
And in a flash of dark purple energy, he is gone.
No counter spells?
We don't got that shit.
Won't go through the wall. Very few things get through
Counter
that.
spell!
Is the wall still there now that he's disappeared?
The wall is gone now.
Worm's gonna spring up on the device and start piecing through it, trying to find the green lens, see if it's still there.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me if you don't mind.
Anything magic actually would be a pretty good idea if you can do that.
But if it's still there, I think.
Take a look at this thing.
I think we should look at Katha.
I don't think the telescope will work at all anymore.
Grass, can you give me a little inspiration?
Sure, here's guidance.
You could shove letters in where the crown was and maybe get like a couple seconds out of it.
Something?
Sure.
Did you look into his brain?
Let's test those last
He
time.
was just excited. There was
19.
nothing.
He didn't have anything like.
This is a very large, complicated contraption, and you have no idea how long it's going to take if you look through. You vaguely recall kind of where he was standing when he began to install this device. And as you rush over to where the space is and you pull open this secondary hatch, you look inside, and it is just a complicated mess of cabling and odd stone, like circular plates with runes on them that are all interconnected. With that investigation roll, you gather you know it's in there somewhere. You're not certain what awaits you should you attempt. Do you want to?
I do.
Is there any way that I could help, since I know exactly what it looks like?
If you'd like to, you could both try and reach in there.
And while they're doing that just separately, can I just make sure it's not like ticking or beeping or anything like that?
Make a perception check for me.
I would hear the beeping, I would hope.
This is
16.
16, okay.
No advantage.
Gotcha. You do not hear any beeping noises, no.
Nothing like that.
I mean, at the moment, the
Or
machine...
the opposite, which would also be bad.
Right. The machine is still engaged, so that the power cores are still kind of flickering and glowing. He never disabled, he just removed the crown. So it's still powered. But you don't hear any shifts in the hum of the energy being utilized.
Ollie, can this thing be left on too long where it becomes unstable?
I don't know, we've not left it on too long. I'm gonna gather it probably could be, especially since it's missing its core piece. Let me go ahead and get to it and see if I can turn this off, if I can remember. And he starts like looking around and grabbing a few things and pulls a couple of odd, kind of stuck sections. These like
Is it this dimension?
pulls
Wait.
strongly at one like heavy looking bar on one side and he pulls back and all the cores flash for a second before coming to stillness.
Can we still? Did he move the location that he had been looking at after?
After it pointed and
After
he
it
said, I
pointed?
see them, they're...
Yeah. Was it still pointing in that same place?
Nope.
Hey, Fern, there's a couple of nooks and crannies in here that I can't quite get into. Can you give me a push?
Yes.
Hold on. Before, I mean, you feel free to continue, but did he take the lens?
That's what we're trying to figure out.
Just
that
the
we
crown.
saw.
So far, they're trying to see if they took the lens. When you looked into his head, did he see anything about, like, was he confused? Was he shocked? Did you see anything about a city?
Did I get any of that, or was it just sort of
Putting it
surface?
together.
Unfortunately, no. You get very, very vague surface thoughts, and then if you want specific elements like that, that's when you have to delve in. And you were
Unless you're asking questions specifically and then they have it on the top of their brain.
I want to get in here before the whole thing comes down, potentially.
What do you mean, a city?
Orm and I saw a city
On the moon?
on Rudis.
Moon City.
Under the
City.
webbing or whatever?
Under the webbing,
On the
the
surface.
storm parted for a minute, and did we get a good look? Did it look like specific type of architecture? Was there anything we could see?
Golden City?
you couldn't see. I mean, this was like an aerial view of you just saw structures,
looked like-
and it was for a second. So there was no sense of
big idea.
architecture.
Oh yeah, were there lights on it, or was it
people?
just?
You couldn't really tell. I mean, it was still in that kind of like red faded shade of the atmosphere, but there was just all of a sudden like textures that looked like the structures of a city from a distance.
Were
and then it
there
was gone.
parks? Was it a nice place?
Yeah, it looked like lots of trees, people flying kites.
You,
It'd be moon people, except there's two moons.
Rock and roll.
Ruidians.
you feel a tug at the edge of your sleeve, and Hondir's right there, still kind of holding. He says, "I'm sorry. Did you say that there was a city?"
The structures. It looked like it had to have been.
And you said lattice on top?
Yeah, the weave,
Lens.
the weave lens.
It's like a net.
Yeah, it looked like almost a cage, woven over the entire moon.
A weaving.
Wait. And he goes into a satchel and like pulls through a couple of books and something else, and pulls one out and kind of like sets it down, dusts it off, goes through a few pages. Like this. He turns it towards you, and you see there is a like hand-drawn sketch of this kind of energy weave that is very reminiscent.
Exactly like that.
What's that book? What is that?
This is a study of the history of divinity. Something I've been looking into since what we discovered out of Vasselheim. This is the pattern of energy that the gods left behind to divide themselves in their realms from us when the divergence happened post the calamity. This is the divine gate. So whatever you saw there has extremely powerful divine power behind it or adjacent to it.
The missing gods.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I need to get this information to Eos. It's the verity there. This is invaluable in uncovering the mysteries that we've all been seeking.
Calm down for a moment. Let's just catch our breaths, regroup. What does this mean to you?
I do not know. I am not a specialist in this.
But you are a specialist in ley lines,
I'm a
correct?
specialist in astral patterns, yes. So if whatever this moon is harnessing, whatever its essence is tied to either the gods or some sort of power of theirs.
Just a general clock check. Apogee solstice is when again?
Like 3 to 4 weeks away into the month.
Okay.
To Jet's point, if, gods wanted to try and escape, isn't that
The time.
the time? Isn't that what? Oh.
That can't
Oh, goodness me.
be it.
The flares have been getting worse.
I don't.
That means something is causing power to escape from it, right?
I mean, this is different than my theory, but
What is your theory?
well, in my head I was thinking perhaps this is what is powering the divine gate. But if you think this is a prison holding something back, or both.
I'm only guessing because you were the one who mentioned the two gods from the texts that was
They
stolen
only
from
appeared when
Vasselheim.
Ruidus. They disappeared when Ruidus appeared, right?
Right.
Check say whether they were, good or
Or maybe.
I would assume if they got locked up.
I haven't seen the text. They're being held by the Verity in Eos. I've just heard word about it and was told to lay low.
Maybe they're really, really good, and some bad gods trapped them
does
there.
that sound like our luck?
It also
Maybe
doesn't.
They just want to be hidden because they're on a honeymoon together.
It's a very long honeymoon.
That sounds wonderful.
When I dream of the moon, it feels not like a good god, if that makes sense.
Orm calls down from above and says, everyone we've talked to about this, who knows anything about it, talks about these moments as a weakening, right?
Well, if you remember when we were in the Heartmoor, in the jungle, there were all sorts of little, fey creatures that were coming through. They weren't supposed to be here.
Was that
That's
why he
right.
was experimenting on fucking werewolves?
Holy shit.
Wait, what did you just say?
Yeah.
Wait, who was experimenting on
Nightmare
werewolves?
King.
He was?
Yeah.
That's how
And they're-
Skirt remember
and
we
they're
were
fey.
That's how we found him.
Are they fey creatures, werewolves?
No,
I mean,
I
aren't
don't
they?
think so.
I'm going in.
Experimenting on what again?
He was experimenting on
Werewolves?
That's
And then there's your whole werewolf society out there somewhere. They may
Which is
know more
also
about that.
towards Eos.
It's on the way, yeah.
It's on the way.
Okay, just back up for 1 second, just to clarify me, because I'm like at death's door here, so I wasn't focused.
yes, that's true.
He's working. He's working.
I'll put it out. Show me that big tongue.
Try turning them off and on again.
Ira is working with Thule and this Ludinous person, or against them.
Maybe
Again.
both.
Against.
It sounded like against.
Well,
Like they had been working with them, and then
Seems like the sort of
He
person who likes
betrayed them?
complicated
But then the
relationships.
Unseelie are also working on it. Who's the team? Like there's three.
Well, if you
there's three
remember-
teams,
well,
right?
No, because Birdie and Ollie saw Ludinous and Odahan talking with the Unseelie court. All
so
those
they're
years
working
ago.
with Unseelie.
So they're working with Unseelie, and what I gathered, correct me if I'm wrong, DM, it sounded like Ira was talking about working with Odahan back in the war, because they both worked in the Apex War.
It's possible.
He wasn't specific. Okay.
But you got the sense he was insinuating that he was responsible for the initial build of the contraption in the Fae.
And then they disagreed.
And
on
then
what
they had
to do.
tensions, and then when the core of the machine was stolen and the device was left, he took that as a clue to leave and then pursue it on his own.
So, so all these
Curiosity
parties might be trying to do the same thing separately, or they could be doing the opposite thing. One group could be trying to hold the gods there, the other could be trying to release them.
well, we got different people trying to play each other. Remember that Odahan now runs the Paragon's Call. The Paragon's Call was working with Treshy. Treshy was working with Ira Wendigoth in the lab under that tower. That
And he said he was just doing it for money, but that can't be. Come on.
No.
Wow.
Okay. Well,
Who
okay.
is Ludinous?
Oh yeah, you said you knew who that person was?
he helps run. I'm inside the metal, so
Okay,
you're
who
hearing
is
reverberations.
Ludinous?
Did you find the fucking thing
Well,
yet?
you-
Sorry.
I'll say-
Semi runs
Language.
Wild Mount.
As-
the
as-
Dondalian Empire.
Because the machine's been turned off, the danger that you were originally in is no longer present, so it takes you a moment, but you do emerge with the lens.
Oh, we have the
Oh,
lens.
great. We have the lens back. That's cool.
Does it look intact?
I look at Laudna through it.
How do I look? A little green?
mean-
Green's not good for me, because,
You
I've
don't
got
really
a
have
little
any
dead.
color.
It isn't easy.
I mean,
Yes.
The lens is intact. It does not seem to be activating at the moment.
Okay.
It seems like its activation may have already been utilized for the day
right,
by the machine.
okay.
I mean, if you really want to
He
double
didn't-
check, can I borrow that for a
He didn't
second?
need that. He didn't want it. He just wanted it for a second.
No, he did. He needed it. I mean,
Boom.
But then why did
That-
he take it?
But
I'm gonna hit it
he
with
used
the-
it in the machine. The machine
It's a magic object.
revealed the webbing around the moon. That wasn't there before the lens went in.
But he took the crown, but he didn't take that. He doesn't need it anymore.
You need both to do what he was doing, but the crown, I think, does more than just what the telescope
Right,
did.
so he got what he needed.
Yeah.
I feel like I should point out that Orm just jumped down and immediately Ash said, "Can I see that?" And Orm went, "Yep." And then he put it on the ground and he smashed it with his hammer.
Took a hit at it.
You did?
You
tiny tap.
smashed the.
No,
Who
I just gave it a
smashed-
tap to
I
see.
thought he was going to take a look at it. I was
It's a magic item. It shouldn't break.
You just smashed the lens.
I gave it a little tap.
That happened in like 4 seconds
Well,
while you guys were
Wait,
spinning your
did it
wheels.
break?
Oh, it shattered.
Did it shatter? Oh shit.
I just spent 10 minutes looking for that.
Mending?
Mending.
You can't mend a magical item.
Can't break a magical item.
Why everywhere I go there are broken rocks?
Can't break a magical
Try to
item.
mend it?
I can try and mend it, but I don't think I try to mend it.
Depends on the enchantment.
Yeah, interesting.
What the fuck, Ashton?
Huh. Weird.
That's punk rock.
Bold choice.
That's so punk.
That's pretty great. Oh, dang.
The scribe.
Cool, the Mona Lisa.
Maybe your grandma can make another one.
She probably could. Well,
I tried to mend it, but
The
it
glass-
feels.
Encompasses
But
as the,
like perfect or
it looks perfect, yeah.
I'm dead.
Yeah,
That
it's just-
channel's definitely
There's a
gone.
big
we could
dick butt
always
imperfection in the center of it.
we could always maybe go get another one from Grandma Maury.
It'd take 112 years to get it.
Well, maybe it wouldn't take that long.
We just have to
9
give her
years to do it,
something
right?
important in
cut.
return.
Oh shit.
Aren't you
that's
able to
right.
look at things and kind of get a sense of what they're about?
I sure am.
Can you do that with that?
Weird.
What's the matter, Chet? You got a sinus pressure headache?
Yeah, the caves. I'm allergic.
All this dust. It's the dry weather. What is Bertie and Ollie doing in this fucking chaos?
Worth every moment.
They are both kind of like holding each other and kind of having a quiet conversation and kind of looking back at you, looking at Fern, and talking to each other. And right as you kind of acknowledge them, like they're. Hey, in old D&D rolls, you would have got experience points for that.
Thank you.
They did learn something.
That's true. That's how barbarians would level up in old D&D by breaking magical items. They get experience levels based on it.
No
People would
way,
just
really?
level up by collecting magical items and
That's
destroying
right, I
them.
forgot about that.
It's ridiculous.
You know, in like great tombs of fantasy.
Yeah, it's the most Conan thing you
Yeah,
do.
you destroy Excalibur, you become
Excalibur.
You become Excalibur.
Come, Mr. Caliber.
Mr. Caliber.
Please, call me Mr. Caliber.
They both kind of glance over at Fern with an apologetic look in their eyes, and Ollie kind of steps forward and goes, we both feel right foolish, we do.
Why do you feel foolish? Break that down for me.
Well, I can't say we trusted him ever, but we were working towards a goal. He didn't really lie. But I still feel like in some way we were swindled. Like, I know how... I've swindled enough folk to know what that's like.
Yeah.
Can I
I'm just
Insight
talking.
check.
I'm just
Insight,
talking.
Yeah.
Are they confessing to being conned, or are they conning us about being conned?
Yeah.
Not good for me.
Not good for me either. 11.
They're just too good. Not that good.
And they seem honest.
Do you have any idea where he would have gone?
Bertie goes, honestly, no. I mean, we've been just holed up here for a while. He's the one who chose the location.
He chose this location?
Well, we found it, yeah. Well,
Did he have a
found it.
workstation in this cave? A desk somewhere where he kept papers, drawings, anything? Notes?
I mean, we can look around. We had all sorts of notes and blueprints and all sort odd things. Yeah, I don't think he.
Maps? Any maps?
I mean, yeah. We have a map of the Hellcatch. Yeah.
Anything that he might have taken notes on? Can you show us where he put?
Yeah. Of course. Holly.
It's okay.
I'm allergic.
Can you double check to make sure the thing will not explode when you touch it too?
The thing?
If he's got a desk or a box of papers.
Bertie goes, I can indeed do that. She goes over to what looks to be this kind of like bone-colored chest that sits kind of in the far left-hand corner.
Yeah, that
It's
looks
about
like it
3
exploded.
feet
Come
by
back
1
and fuck
foot. She's gonna go ahead and check it for traps.
All said.
Guidance.
You'll assist. Okay. I roll a d4. Roll a d4.
Oh, me? I roll. 3.
Okay. Well, it seems okay.
Oh no.
I trust anything.
Did we heal her? Is she healed? Is she fully healed?
No, she's not fully healed.
Oh, great.
She goes in with her lockpick before, and you watch as the metal latch kicks up and the lid kind of
Or back away.
opens up slightly,
I lean in.
and nothing seems to happen.
Okay.
She goes in immediately. I got it. They start pulling out stuff and throwing it back, and you can see there's like a pouch kind of hits the ground with like a heavy, like a sack of
Pick it
rock
up,
sound.
Open it up.
filled with gems.
Gems!
That was so Saturday morning. What's in your cereal bowl? Gems!
All manner of odd, dark charms. Things.
Truly, truly, truly outrageous.
All manner of dark charms. Strange, like magnetic tubes and points that are set within what looks to be almost like small ritual bowls of some kind. Runes you don't recognize. You can see what looks like a stack of vellum paper that is blank, but when you kind of lift one up, it has like a hardiness and it almost has like a boo, 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 boo sound, like it holds against the shake of your weight.
I'm gonna help them just start taking all the papers and laying them all out.
Just jam across it.
Just a shake weight in there.
When no one's there in the middle of the
No, you're okay.
just grinning in the corner by himself.
Coil.
Yeah. That's the true nightmare. Okay, lay them out there. They have a general map of the Hellcatch that is pretty much identical to the one that you have. It marks lines between Bassuras and kind of essentially like supply lines. It also has unique notes around these supply lines. And you see some of them coming into Bassuras with arrows, and you see the name Treshy next to them, all coming from Drusar into Bassuras. And then there's kind of like a direction, an aerial direction outward, and the notes kind of end there to the east of the city.
That's probably where their camp is, or where they're trying to do the same thing.
Wait, their camp, but we know that Thule, who's they?
I don't know.
Thule is with Paragon's Call with Treshy.
Treshy. Lewdness.
Yep, all of the
All
above,
of 'em.
maybe. East of the city.
The Unseelie Court.
Where's our map? Bassuras.
The map.
Anything else on the
It's
paper?
not my fucking responsibility this time.
Papers are blank.
Yeah.
I see it.
Clearly not.
I'm going.
I hit him with my hammer.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
Respect.
pretend it.
Respect.
Worth it. Can I? Okay. Eyes of the Runekeeper. Anything popping up?
There's no script to behold.
I go heat it up like National Treasure style.
Does he come out of
Respect.
your breath?
That is tough.
Hair. Yeah. You're full of hot hair. You can eat it.
Garlic.
Garlic.
Yeah.
That's the Deer and Wilds.
Fucking shit.
Also, have we established the brain melting going on here?
The brain melting?
I mean, clearly there's been jumble. Clearly they've been scrambled.
They have?
I mean,
They seem like nice folks to me.
they do. They just seem like a fried egg at this point, right?
We've always been a bit frazzled, if that's what you mean.
How
But
long have you been working on this project?
well, I mean, this particular project only a couple years.
What were you doing before?
Before that, we were laying low from the Encelian, trying to just find a base of operations in here, trying to figure out how we could take this crown and, figure out what it is they were trying to do and see how we could save Fern.
Did you ever put on the crown?
Yeah, of course. We
Did
have.
anything happen? Yeah, of course. You
And
gotta
what
play.
powers did it have?
It was like moon powers. It was like you could could see through darkness and shadow shit, right?
Indeed, and we could bring down like a temporary eclipse on somebody who was trying to chase us or was being angry on our side there. It still had.
Could bring down an eclipse like from the moon?
I mean, from their perspective, it was more of an illusory eclipse, but it left them in like a withering darkness for a time. We were still trying to figure it out. It seems like there was a lot of mystery about what it could do, and we were just kind of in the process of trying things out and experimenting with it. A couple times things got a little hairy and weird. Changes minds easy. Can craft and alter illusions, which is mighty helpful when you're trying to survive being chased by assassins, I'll tell you that much.
Here's a question. This telescope thingy, are we done with it? Do you think it would help if we could somehow power it up again and get it working again, or is it useless to us?
You's gonna be coming back for the crown.
Well, yeah, but
In a month?
we don't have it, so.
Yes, it's true. We don't have
But
it anymore.
they're
still
working
wants
with Nightmare King, right?
No, they'd be working.
That's right. That's right.
others.
Oh, I'm a jumble jamble.
Yeah, Birdie turns to and says, "Oh yeah, honey. There was another one of them assassins nearly got me.
Oh, that's right. We didn't tell you.
Do they know what this is?" She goes, I don't think so. I think we covered our tracks pretty well.
Okay, well, hang on for a second.
Well,
I'm sorry.
No,
Well,
just because, like, if there's any clues to be had in analyzing this machine, well, I don't know. Are there? Like, is there anything to get out of this? Do you think, or is it done? Are we done with this?
Well, my question is, who could even understand what's going on in here?
Well, I know one person.
You do? Oh, Joe.
Or
Dancer.
Well,
Oh, who's in Bassuras, right?
and who knows everything about orbs that power machines and building things and.
Uh-huh. And the orbs aren't like drained, right? Are they? I mean, I don't know if they're spent, but they're power sources. They're valuable.
there's a lot of bad parental energy being talked about here.
Justin, that is true. That is true. Another, don't think I'm crazy. Okay.
Too late.
Yeah.
Never.
But we technically have quite the in with the other side.
I would agree with that.
We can walk right into Paragon's Call and talk to Odahan and theoretically Trashy, and we're one of them.
I think that's a great idea.
Maybe.
And tell them that their old friend Ira
I said, don't
is.
think I'm crazy, Chet. And say, like, you know, we were on a lead, and we
We know where Ira is, or we.
and we know where this machine is that
ran
might be
into
of great interest to them.
How much do you all know about the Dwendalian Empire's inner workings?
To work.
No. No.
Well,
Why
not.
would we know anything about
A
a
little bit.
continent?
You've been there,
What's
Chet?
that?
From there.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's it like?
There's big buildings and people with magic and, you know,
How's the wood?
a lot of tall people. Oh, you wouldn't believe. There's an oak wood down there, so porous, and oh, just the best nose on it. You wouldn't. Anyway, it's really nice. Mahogany, mahogany.
The place, and correct me if this has changed in 10 years or so, is run by a king. And the king is advised by very powerful mages, and it sounds about the scariest place you'd ever want to visit. So Thul's partner, according to Ira, is a little intimidating.
Oh, yeah. For clarity, like the Dwendalian Empire is a very organized place. I mean, people just disappear if they have to.
Ruthless, I
Yeah.
read and hear or heard.
But they do a good job of painting over it. It's lovely to go through.
I mean, let's be honest. All of this business with Ruidus, it's not localized to Marquet. I mean, Hondir, you said yourself, you've had people coming from all over trying to seek answers.
Right. There is. I mean, regardless of the scope of what the truth is on this, this is very wide-reaching consequences, whatever it is. Especially to have individuals like this involved.
I mean, I don't know much, but I know that
I love you.
that's it. That's the secret to the mystery. That the kind of people we're talking about doesn't go any higher
Yeah.
on this plane of existence.
The crown. Who did it? Whose crown was it? I know it was on Sealy, but did it? Who wore it?
It wasn't, was it? It was in the Unseelie court's possession for a bit.
It was just in their possession.
Yeah.
Crowns are made for
Somebody.
a noble of some sort, right?
Could have been a long time ago.
I mean, likely. I mean, a lot of items and artifacts of old have all been made by certain things that lost to time. I don't know, we just took it. I mean, part of what we were doing here was trying to figure out what it does and look a bit of its history, but there wasn't much on this particular item on this side of Exandria. We weren't about to go back to the Feywild to ask questions, you know? I can keep looking into it. We kind of stopped pursuing that thread when Ira came by and said he knew what to do with it, which he did. Just we didn't inquire what afterward. That's on me. Us. That's on us.
I mean, yeah, we need more answers.
And we have this standing contract to deliver Treshy.
Yeah.
To Bassuras.
We can kind of do both.
We get Treshy, we can ask questions.
Correct.
If he
But
knows anything.
Do we do it honestly, or, I mean, are we going to walk in there and just tell them what we know, or are we going to pretend that we're who we said we were pretending to be before?
We're still trying to get Treshy away.
We are, but it also feels like even if we get him alone, which would be ideal, we should try and know as much as we possibly can about this. Like, if he knows who these deities are, or what the city is, or what the purpose is, or what they're trying to undo or do, if we're talking to him, he's going to look like us, like we're jackasses.
I mean, we are.
Well, we gotta show up. We're all thinking that. We gotta show up, figure out what the lay of the land is. We gotta nab him. We let him spend time with Loudon and Ash for a few minutes, and then we let these two dig in and see what they find underneath.
True. Under the EOS seminary?
Right, yes.
How far away is that?
That is the capital of Shanadorf. On ground, traveling through the gloom jungles at a better part of a week, maybe a little less.
On a crawler, can you take a crawler that way?
You could. It would be not the most quiet way to do things.
Over here, there's all these fucking ravines and sinkholes, and it's down that way.
Wait, so
south,
Eos is that way? But wait, which way was what's his butt going? The Spider-Man?
Well, he said that we think that their camp is east of Bassuras, which is this direction, not the Dead Man's Crater direction, which is interesting, but we'll wait for another time.
What?
Are we near the Dead Man's Crater right now?
You're a little ways southeast of it.
Oh, what? Are we that close?
No.
Oh.
If you pull up the map, I can show you specifically where you are right now.
Yes, please! I mean, if we're near the Grand Canyon, you gotta stop and pee.
You're on the north side of this.
Oh, fuck, we're over on that little thing. Okay. Oh, yeah, because we took a bridge.
So where did it seem like his little camp was? East
That'll never
to the side that we're on?
Eastward was generally east. That's
Generally
the best
east.
You could pick up there.
And we don't know that it was a camp, right? It was just a bunch of arrows. Potions wasted.
Well, so what you saw was, there were different lines, kind of leading different locations, and there was one of the thick line that was leading here to Bassuras through the trade route that was marked as Treshy, and then was just kind of like fading this general direction with question marks, and it seemed like that path came to a close.
What are the little triangles on there?
There's known sinkholes, but Dead Man's Crater is dope. They named this place the Drowned City. I mean, fuck. That looks awesome. Just saying.
It all looks great. We need
If we can get Treshy back to Esteros, then he'll loan us his airship, and we can get to Eos lickety split, right?
Oh, wait. Do we need to check in with the folks who are just sitting with the airship ever? They've just been sitting there.
We're supposed to message him.
Okay.
And they'll come back.
But right now we have to go back to Bassuras. Did we look through all the papers and things to see if there's any other clues?
There
or
were the big parchment thing that's blank, right?
There's a number of them, and they're all
thunder
blank.
sheet.
Yeah.
I mean, there are obviously, there's got to be something on them that I bet we could see if we had, like a magical green gem that you can look through.
Well,
that would
you
show
mended
you
it, right?
hidden things.
You mended it.
I did, but I don't think I looked through it on the papers.
Well, it doesn't.
Doesn't show anything.
Can we roll
It's
them?
dead.
What if we rolled them up like in FCG, like a
How are you?
poster tube at a convention, and then Check them out tomorrow.
Well, we can also put him in the hole. That way we can be sure they don't dissolve inside of him.
Would they? Oh, you got all that broken glass in you, too.
You know, also, it doesn't have to be magical. There's other ways. I mean, we used to hide toy designs, with just... It's not a big deal. You have like heat and just a little bit of acidity. It could reveal some
Okay,
stuff.
I'll lick part of the paper.
There's a little bit more
you don't
to it
know
than that,
what
but you can just keep doing it for my pleasure. That's cool.
Oh, gross.
That's all of gross.
Can I prestidigitation a little bit of like heat?
Yeah, you can do that.
Acidity. Anybody got a
No
lemon?
effect.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Cold. Make it cold.
Nothing.
They're just blank paper.
I give it a hug.
Maybe it's one of those things where we
With
can
the
see
power
it.
of love, nothing happens.
Maybe we can see it under the moonlight.
Nothing.
That is a good idea.
Under the Moonlight's pretty dope and romantic. You and I could go.
We could go check it out
Okay.
together if you would like. I forgot what I was gonna say.
I also feel like we're still not commenting on what seems like giant holes in the memory of your parents here, like giant gaping holes. Was that my imagination?
That's, I feel like, par for the course where we
Those seem like significant ones.
Yeah. Hundo years. I mean, come on.
Well, that could be holes in her memory.
I don't think they are. She's got more than they do.
No, but her grandma stretched time for her. That's why she's got so much more time.
Yeah, what are
than
you
they.
gonna do?
What exactly was the deal with dropping her off?
My grandma stretched time for
Against
me.
the witch? I mean, we can go visit.
I feel like we missed something.
I mean, I'm happy to tell you. So, I mean, to rehash it, we, after we had taken the crown and we had the Ancilia on our back, we were going to go to Exandria, which we knew that we took her with us. One, having a child will slow you down and they'd eventually catch up. And if they did get to us, they'd take her out too. Sure. So to keep her safe, we needed to leave her somewhere where the Ancilia wouldn't go, or wouldn't think to go.
Sure.
Birdie here spent some time in her youth taking care of Maury. Kind of was I wouldn't say a caretaker, but helped to keep the place clean. Was paying off a debt for someone in her earlier family, and they kind of hit it off for time. So Maury was an ally, most, right? And she was, yeah, Maury's just misunderstood. I mean, she can be a bit intimidating, a bit intense, but, she also keeps a fine garden and makes nice teas and treats.
So many pies.
Oh, tremendously. God, I miss him. Especially that thing she does with like kind of the lavender and like tea stuff. It's incredible.
So good.
If you ever have an opportunity. Anyway, so yeah, we had kind of a rapport, and there was nowhere else we could feel safer to leave her. Most folks are apprehensive to even approach. So we asked Maury, with what little time we had, to throw some plan together, not knowing how fast they were lapping at our heels. If she would go ahead and watch Fern for as long as she needed to and keep her safe and keep her out of sight. And
That's a big favor.
yeah, well, she's not a bad individual.
It's interesting. I mean, I don't think of myself as a bad person, but I like having a quid pro quo. I mean, like, what did she get out of it? Did she get anything out of it other than?
I mean,
here's a favor for 80 years.
I said we'd make it up to her somehow. We never got around to it. It wasn't like we signed a contract or anything, but we didn't have time to sit there and mull over how we could pay something back to her or give her something. And believe you me, I'm feeling guilty enough that if she did indeed steal so much of this time away from us, from your perspective, that, I mean, how could you not fall in love with this thing? This cute, tall woman before me. And she kind of walks up and kind of takes your hands a little bit and looks up at you. I mean, I don't blame her. I definitely want to have a long conversation with Maury when all this is done. I don't know, see if there's a way to take some of this time back. I owe you so much. I'm so sorry, Fern. We're both, looks over, and Ollie kind of approaches and takes your other hand and takes Birdie's hand and says, we did so much of this for you, and there's so many regrets, and I'm so sorry. Really am. Both are. I don't know what else to tell you, but like I think a lot of you know, some of this is bigger than all of us. And at the time, we thought it was all because, well, attached in some way to you. If we were afraid that bringing you back with us after that flare we saw was what brought us into the Fae. And I was afraid it was coming for you. If we couldn't stop it. We just wanted to do right by the beautiful thing we brought into this world, and I guess we got a bit distracted.
Yeah, I understand, and you both were trying to do the right thing, and it is what it is.
Even 6 years. It's too long.
It's a bit of a long time, yeah.
Look, I know that. Trust me. Every day we thought about her. But any attempt to try and go ahead and cross that veil meant that we were putting her in danger again. I mean, we hadn't even seen her yet. And you got found by him. And now they know what you look like. Now they know loosely what you're up to. I hope not too deeply, but thankfully you're capable. For you all to have gotten where you are here, and Bertie goes, "Oh, very. I've seen them. You should have seen what they did to that ruiner out there. Oh, my Nelly. It was, well, they seem quite capable from what I've seen, and, there's a comfort in the fact that our little Fern, big Fern, has managed to surround herself with some pretty good, capable folk of their own."
Mm-hmm. The best.
Something that's just been bothering me just a little.
Your scalp?
It's honestly, I need to get like an oil or something.
Well, I get you on that. I got plenty of oils here.
That's not what I'm talking about. Dick, don't listen to Chetney. If you feel like maybe there was a trade of time with Fern for something else, we sort of jumped to the conclusions that maybe it was because of, you got this little green gem, this lens in return as a trade, but that doesn't really, I don't know, that just seems so odd and unsubstantial.
No,
for the price.
That was fucking odd. That was an Ira request, if I'm gonna be honest.
Right, so what was gained? What was the trade?
I mean, maybe I'm just assuming, but she's still alive, isn't she?
But did you guys get something?
Little boon, little grace, little magic, little fortune.
No, there wasn't anything like that. We didn't ask for anything in return, but to just keep her safe.
Are you sure?
If you want to insinuate something, come out and say it straight, please. We've had enough talking between lines and deceit around here in just the past day or so.
I think we can all agree on that.
Not attempting to insinuate anything. To Chetney's point, there's just a decent amount of holes, and I kind of agree with Ashton. Maybe there's some sort of missing chapters in your mind.
Maybe I'm a little biased right now. I will honestly admit that, but are you sure someone hasn't been drilling a few holes in there?
Imogen?
You see, immediately, Bertie looks over at Ollie and starts inspecting his head.
Metaphorically.
Don't roll anything out.
Why am I irritated?
Do you think the two of you could maybe...
We could try.
We could try, but I mean, there's a very real possibility that they just made a mistake.
Or that it could kill you.
Right. I mean,
should we fix that?
I think I'm okay. I'll probably be okay. Fine.
Two.
But we could both try to look into one of your minds and see if there's anything funky in there, if you'll let us.
I'm not against it. I mean, we've all kind of come to a point of understanding. You've all done well enough to gain my trust, at least. Certainly.
All right, maybe you look in one and I'll look in the other, and we'll ask them the same questions. It'll be like Aladdin.
Or like the newlyweds game.
Yeah, see if they get the answers right.
I take out my mallet, my wood chisel, and the little wood screw, and I take up positions behind them just in case we need to make some non-metaphysical holes in their head.
Or
metaphorical.
We could focus on one
Little chutney Lobotomy.
and just sort of, you could be sensing emotions and I could be sensing intellect or something, and we could try to
I feel like
combine and
I feel like Dad's been having more contact with the Nightmare King, so that might be the place to really poke.
I mean, sure, we can give it a try.
Well, Birdie, I didn't see your enthusiastic approval.
I mean, I'm more than happy to. Just wasn't gonna steal Ollie's thunder.
This is mostly just about seeing if anyone's been in there shaking things up.
I personally believe that they just made a mistake as well, but let's try it.
Let's cross those
I
T's.
personally believe that. Let's give it a try.
All right, so you're delving into Ollie and you're delving into Birdie?
I
think we're both
I think we're going to both go into Ollie
Okay.
and just try to sense different facets of the weave of their mind.
Fair enough. Okay. So Ollie does not offer any resistance, and the brief surface thoughts that you both move past are, thoughts of joy, seeing Fern, growing coldness of regret for time lost, the fear of being tethered to something they didn't understand fully. And then you delve deeper past those surface anxieties and emotions. What are you looking for?
Good question.
I want to look for any sort of feeling of, like that feeling I got from you, that something is blocking me or that something doesn't feel like a normal thought, if that makes sense.
Okay. You don't get anything that feels like a barrier, if that makes sense. There's no like almost a, you recall when you were trying to delve into Dusk/U's mind, when it pushed you out, you would almost like taste iron filings in your gums. There was like an odd kind of, like a resonating emission that pushed you and forced you out. Nothing like that here. If you're looking for things that are altered, roll a perception or investigation for me, I'll say, since you're just kind of riding the open mind of someone you just met. This is gonna be a
Riders on the storm.
Or investigation.
A 10.
A 10. Okay.
Oh, that's amazing. Of course, that's the roll over here. I'm going to stop rolling in this one. I'm just going to drop it.
It's important to follow the superstition.
Yes.
Okay. He has an open book, and as you kind of glance around, you get flashes of colorful memories, instances of setting up a campfire on the outskirts of an incredibly tangled, lush, beautiful, odd space in an area that is surrounded by the most vibrant forest and tangled jungle mass you've ever witnessed. Colors, flowers, massive flowers, colors you've never seen, you can't describe. Those colors don't exist. What even is that? And then you kind of wander off from that. It's easy to get distracted in this sea of unfocused memories and unfocused intent.
Are you seeing this?
I'm looking for something slightly different. I'm going to focus on memories of, or thoughts about the Nightmare King, and if possible, any sort of like, if I can sort of follow a timeline, if there's any like just dropouts or blackouts in a timeline of events.
Roll a perception or investigation for me.
Okay, that's terrible. 15. I have really good perception.
15. So in kind of following this tether of putting forth the intent of Ira Wendigoth, you begin to see like flashes of them approaching a cloaked figure in a shaded cavern, of Ira turning and smiling, of flashes of them conversing over hot tea, of them traveling across roads, kind of attaching to caravans, Ira under a different guise. You see them looking through a library before shouting voices come off to the side and they have to flee rapidly. And as you come along the way, there are like patches of gray. There are areas that feel smeared, like the memories begin to just kind of elude you. Not dodge you, but just become blurred. And then re-engage. And then now they're gathering materials and they're plotting out devices. And Ira's showing to Ollie the theories behind his construction, showing how the facets of magical arcane energy and natural energies can be combined to create something dangerous, ghastly, and beautiful. And like showing tools and how they work. You can see Birdie crying, and you can see another smear. And as you kind of pull back, there are many smears in here.
I hit him on the head with a hammer.
No. Can you?
I'm ready.
I had one job.
Can you? I wonder if we can ask specific questions about those areas. If we can try to like
uncover it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Was there anything else you're looking for, Imogen, by the way? Back to you.
I was gonna. It seems odd to dive into like a different memory than he's diving into. I feel like it's dangerous to do that in somebody's brain.
One way to find out.
Yeah, I don't want to break his brain. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, we incepted.
It feels strange to like
Your own
like
spell.
drift into Feywild stuff and then all of a sudden like be pulled over into like seeing stuff with the Nightmare King. Is that how it would have worked, or would it have been?
You tell me.
I feel like that's what it would have been.
Okay.
Like I feel like I'd be able to sense FCG there too.
We're holding hands.
Yeah.
Can you read my mind psychically?
Yeah.
She's holding my tongue.
This
There
is
you
very.
The worst balloon ever.
Yeah, I always envision that moment in Dark Crystal where minds are melding when the two of us are doing stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and to that point, too, I would say with you both in there is definitely a give and take with the attention of the mind. It's not like you're both scattered in different sides of the library as part of the focus of these memories and trying to push through. And the rest of you who are watching this, you can see Ollie's expression, like he stares off in the distance, but then occasionally, like, emotions ride across his face quickly. You see a tear roll down the cheek, and then a laugh, and then he just kind of goes blank again, and he's kind of being pulled through these same memories with them. So yeah, I'll say as this, you're both kind of holding hands or tongues in this imaginary astral space within Ollie's mind. What do you seek now?
Do you think it's possible to try to rebuild the gray?
Why don't we just pick one gray and see if we can scratch away?
Pick it out, like
Yeah.
enhance.
Or just ask, what was that moment, I guess.
Yeah. See the moment right before it kind of shifts, and then ask some
You
detailed
said there was
questions.
a moment where Birdie was crying, right?
And then
it smeared.
So let's ask questions about that. Why was Birdie crying?
There's just a blank there. Do you wish to enforce your will to try and rebuild something that isn't there? This is a genuine question.
There's only one answer.
I mean, kinda, if it means we can find the answers.
Yeah.
If it'll help him grow it back.
How many hit points you got?
Truth can be.
You can pop them back up. That won't be a problem.
It can be damaging, but ultimately you need it. So yeah.
Yeah,
I
I want to
so.
try to help him rebuild that.
Go and roll d20 and add your spellcasting modifier. which I believe is your charisma.
You just said.
15.
15. You focus intently on the boundaries of this memory, the area where the colors begin to bleed and then fade into this kind of vacuous space, this absence. And you push towards it, and you begin to see and piece together, like fractions of a misplaced hologram, the outer edges of a thought. You see a glimpse of Birdie throwing on a cloak, intent to leave, rapidly, angrily. And Ollie going to gather his things, and then the rest of you do notice that Ollie begins to bleed from one nostril.
Took out an Imogen's sleeve. Imogen.
You hear in your head? Yeah.
I say out loud, you gotta be careful with him.
I put my hand on Imogen's shoulder. It's okay, keep going.
Oh.
You don't get much. It's hard to assemble out of nothing. You're uncertain if there is a memory still there, or if you're trying to, like an AI, building an image from what it assumes might be there.
Okay.
You're uncertain.
Okay.
But you get the feeling that if you push hard in the wrong way, it will have a lasting effect on the subject.
I'm gonna stop.
Okay.
I don't want to make him comatose. Or worse.
Should we leave something in here before we get out? Like
what?
Like stop smoking or something. I don't know.
Oh, bad habits.
Yeah. Don't chew your fingernails.
Yeah.
Just carve your name into the side of the thalamus.
CG was here. All right. We'll pull out.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you both emerge from the interior of Ollie's somewhat Swiss cheese memory and are back into your bodies within the chamber. Arm on both of your shoulders, Imogen, and Ollie kind of pulls back. I must be tired or something. I'm gonna sit down for a second.
You should rest.
He kind of takes this chair and kind of leans up against it, and he sees kind of like beads of sweat on his forehead, and
Maybe
No.
Rest.
Maybe hydrate. Get some water in your system. That's always a good thing.
I'll get you some. Hold on, I already made this. Here you go. Did you anything?
I mean, yeah.
I fucking knew it.
What? It doesn't necessarily mean lost time. It could just mean influence. Like Birdie and Ollie wanted to quit, stop, to go back to their daughter.
That's what it seemed like.
And they were convinced to stay, magically.
Maybe.
Was that it? Or
There's patches of erased memories, or at least
Painted over, or it's like it just disappeared.
they could have just discovered anything and then it's just gone over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess we shouldn't be surprised with who they're dealing with.
They could have realized how awful Ira was over and over again.
What the crown was made of, what it does, who it belonged
What they were really
to.
doing, where he stashes all of his human skins.
Said the crown has the ability to rewrite memories.
Oh, well, there you go.
And maybe because we're here, this is the first time Ira didn't get to paint over what he didn't like.
Yeah.
Birdie kind of pulls a chair up next to Ollie, kind of her ear perked up in your direction, and she kind of plops down next to him and kind of runs her fingers through his hair, and then leans against him and looks back over at Fur and looking over at you. You know, you spend a life taking advantage of others, at least those you feel deserve it. Feels weird to be so deeply on the receiving end of it from somebody who's not as forgiving.
But hey, look, on the bright side, Vern's here.
Oh, Jenny, do you have the music box?
Oh, yes, but it's in the...
Oh. Hold on one second.
Get in!
They both start standing up and moving towards.
You're fine.
I'll be right back.
My word, what even is this? What is inside there?
Don't
oh my
you
goodness.
worry about it.
None of your concern.
Okay, I'll hop out. So we went to a place called The Taste of Tal'Dorei. I don't know if you've been, but you should absolutely go. And...
Oh, we've been.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's one of the places I usually stop and I'm trying to get through Bassuras. That's why I met you guys on the outside of it to pick you up.
Duh. Okay.
So, not the only one having some memory issues.
True. Full of them. Or not full of any sometimes. More like,
Off your own blood.
I got you this music box, both of you from there, and I had Chetney, who is a master craftsman, put a little, made it out to you guys, and...
Oh my goodness, are you serious? Oh, look what her and this scary little man made. That's some fine work. I've seen some fair work in my time. That's talented.
I know.
They open it, and crank it, and release it. And the most discordant music
I know that song.
begins to play.
My ears are going nuts.
Yeah.
Maybe that's...
I kind of like it.
That's a little...
They're both like, wow. This is...
I just did the wood, okay? I can't do
He
anything
didn't
with
do the
the
music
inside.
part.
I don't fuck with metal.
The music part was already there. We didn't have anything to do with
It's
it. So maybe just use the box.
It's beautiful. Thank you, Fern. Thank you, Chetney.
Chetney, yep. No problem. Hold on to that. It'll be worth a lot.
Oh, we will.
Of course. Okay.
We gotta get out of this funk here.
You got any booze?
Oh, we got some booze. I'll be right back.
I feel like we need to get back, don't we?
Well, we gotta take a fucking rest before we do. And probably scout out to make sure that we didn't lead anybody to this cave where we are now in a fatal funnel.
But you covered up our tracks, and all of you took
you
a short
should have
rest.
seen Birdie out there. I was doing double time. All right, she was wandering in S's serpentine like somebody was shooting at her from 100 miles
We
away.
can't take a long rest, though. We got to
Birdie,
be back there
park
tonight.
it.
Well, half of us have had a long rest, as long as other
No,
people drive.
short rest.
Short rest. Oh yeah, short rest. Still, I would know that if I
I
had
can
taken
drive.
one.
I'm doing okay. But
Yeah,
maybe,
I could drive.
Maybe
Unbelievable. We drove out here and 3 people went unconscious. And you want to go on a short rest?
Well,
We're supposed to be back
Paragon's
there
call.
tonight.
I don't give a shit. We make the rules now. After all, we've got this green lens that's so valuable. We hold all the cards. We run shit now.
We hold like half a card. Let's be honest.
Is this Bartertown?
To Chetney's point, is anyone at Paragon's call going to be like waiting up for us, leaving the porch light on, you know, waiting for us to come home for dinner? Do they really care?
Get Exo eager on the first time.
I mean, we could just tell them that we got held up and got attacked and it slowed some shit down, which is all true.
It's a calculated risk. We can make it back just fine, but then we're going to the Paragon's Call with a 2 hit points on our healing.
Well, if you can, maybe we trade out and some can rest while others drive.
Or we sleep here.
I think that feels like
What time of day is it now?
Right now it's mid to late afternoon, I'd say. The time that you've taken here for all this. So you're probably about like 2 or 3 hours from sunset. And there wasn't
about 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah,
back.
and there wasn't like a specific timeline on
Okay.
you know, I think you said like within the next few days.
Oh, all right.
All right, so we'd be fine.
So
And let's take some time and let's toss this fucking place.
What'd you call the crawler? What was the name of it?
What?
The fuck bucket? No, the buck bucket's legendary. What was the second place one called?
Red Moon?
The Red Moon.
Yeah,
Now
the Red
kind of hates
Moon
it.
run shit now. We got cred to build.
Maybe we can call it like we can just rework it and it can be like the Fred Boone or something.
Take it easy.
I like that it
Good
draws
old
attention.
Fred Boone.
It's perfect the way it is. It draws attention, and we'll get to have a conversation with anybody who thinks it's weird.
Yeah, plus it looks like we're not aware of all the horrible shit that's going on with
Or
it.
maybe we are aware and we're putting it on blast.
Owning it.
Yes,
I'm a big fan of On Blast.
I like that.
Does anyone want to help toss this? I really want to toss this.
Go
place.
for it.
That's
I'm gonna
be-
help
Wait,
the
is
toss,
this-
but then I'm gonna go.
But you're not going to destroy anything.
Sentry.
No, we're just gonna go through.
No, he already did.
We're just gonna go through everything that motherfucker might have touched and see if there's like some hidden shit around. Floorboards. Are there floorboards in a place like this, or is it just like
no floorboards.
No, it's just clay.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just take a look around.
If you happen to find anything that's like a good craftable, something that could be useful, shout it out.
How many
I'll
gems
take
did we
it.
get, by the way?
Oh yeah, pull out that bag.
Gems.
Oh,
A truly outrageous amount.
pardon me. So for this, there's some rolls here. It is a smattering of gems.
A smattering.
Okay. There are 3 emeralds within, worth 100 gold. They're small.
100 gold each.
Yes. Yeah. There is 2 sapphires worth 300 gold.
Ooh.
And 3 diamonds worth 300 gold.
Ooh, that's a good thing.
I need one of those.
Times 300. Go. So I'll mark it down as 2 diamonds right now. Do you want to just keep them all? Because isn't that useful for you?
It's extremely useful for me.
Yeah, maybe you keep the diamonds.
I could hold on to all the precious stones and make sure they're evenly distributed amongst the group.
Or no.
Inside check.
Scout the perimeter.
You hear in your head, I'm on to you, Jitney.
I'm a bank, bitch.
Birdie,
No diamonds. We have no diamonds. They're all your
Yes,
diamonds.
I'm taking the diamonds.
I remember when I was a child, you would make me hot buttered rum all the time.
Yeah.
Could we have some hot buttered rum?
I can figure something out. Yeah.
I remember
Alright.
being 8 and loving
Yeah, it was just delicious.
I'll get right to it.
Okay.
She goes ahead and like sighs a little bit, looking at you, and for a brief second you see her eyes go a little sad, and then she kind of rallies and then heads back into the main area with like the small kind of edge. It's like a ramshackle kitchen, like the equivalent of the Fantasy Sterno can cooking, you know, head there. But goes ahead and takes a small kettle and puts it up there and grabs a large dark rum, you know, jug and begins kind of like measuring out it with just like this wad of warm lard. But she's working on that.
14.
Ollie looks up at the machine, kind of like reaches over his pouch of tools that he had when you first arrived, and was like, I could see about getting some of this still working, maybe. I mean, most of the machine's still here, and we're missing the centerpiece, but I don't know if maybe we could find something else that could power it. Maybe if there's something else of the same level of ability we can reinstall it? I don't know.
Put some of those purple stones from the living room in there.
That's true. We get some of those, give it a shot. I don't think that's powerful, but we could try.
I mean, again, I can reach out to Dancer. She might know. I think I will anyway.
How are you going to reach out again?
You haven't talked to her yet, have you?
No.
We should probably do that.
I know. Things have been just going so fast and furious here that I haven't had a chance.
Yeah.
That may require some hitting. We'll see how it goes.
I mean, why do you don't have to hit all your problems.
A lot of them, though. An awful lot of them require being hit.
Not every problem requires a hammer.
Most.
Hollander kind of walks up to Ollie and goes, "Hello, given the fact that I'm trying to myself lay low and have nowhere else to go at the moment, and this is the best option I have for not being found by agents of Vasselheim, can I stay here indefinitely until I find a better place to stay safe?" No, he goes, "Certainly. I mean, we've got room for one more now, apparently. Be my guest." And he looks back up at the machine and begins kind of like stepping up to it and inspecting the changes that were made to it and any sort of minor damage that was sustained in Ira's exit. In the meantime, what are the rest of you doing?
Orem.
Yeah.
I've been having a thought. If you were a giant spidery motherfucker and you were trying to hide shit, I would probably put it more than 8 feet up.
Well, in the walls?
Either that or are there, like, I would put stuff where no one else could think to reach for it. Anywhere where there's high.
Spider climb thing.
Well, Orem would starts to sort of parkour and swing and acrobat his way, nightcrawler his way up the telescope to get as high as possible.
Okay. Make an acrobatics check for me.
Sure. That one scene in the movie Roxanne.
I love that movie.
Rocks! It's a
good bit.
Acrobatics, you say?
Yes.
That is a 21.
21, yeah. Without fail, without issue. Up to the top. And you're now nearing the ceiling there as you're kind of holding onto the side of the machine. A little bit of that warm sunlight coming through and kind of hitting your shoulder a bit. And you can see the blue sky above getting slightly obscured with like some faint wisps of cloud.
And like a little perching green tree frog. I will both scan the horizon if I can see it. See if there's any problems.
Yeah, it's very much emerged from the hole, so you can climb out if you wanted to.
Okay. Well, I will lower back down a bit and scan the underneath the edges of that hole and see if I see any little Ira hiding
perception
holes in the walls. Yeah.
It's just a little teeny Ira hiding.
Big money.
There's a 1 I'll reroll. Perception, that's a 21.
21, not bad. Glancing about up here, you don't see any sort of cubby holes, you don't see any sort of odd spaces. You do notice markings. Little notches in the rock that kind of surrounds the surface area of where the telescope element of it emerges. You can see there's like little arrows and notches in certain directions and locations, like little scrawled notes, almost like observations have been noted on the surrounding stone.
Hey, Laudna. Do you think you can get up here?
God, I really wish I could learn the whole
Touch
climbing
your
on
arm
walls.
and
What
cast fly on you.
Yes, I can.
Think of a terrible
Fizzy lifting drinks. you bumped into the ceiling.
Okay, now I feel better.
Whoa, hey.
Hi, what do you need? Hello?
I need you to read. Do you know what any of that is? And I point out all that along the...
I'm so excited, I'm sorry.
And I'm just purposely not looking directly at you, but I need your expertise.
Pulling your drinks off again.
So,
calm down.
Do you know what that says or means?
You see in your periphery, or the corners, the whites of my eyes that turn black, and they get a little bit bigger, and eyes are the rune keeper.
Most of these here are like notch marks and symbols that point So there wasn't necessarily like a language aspect to them. But you can see some... Make an investigation check for me.
Maybe they're markings for his telescope
Yeah,
and
yeah.
spots, but how do we know what they mean?
Investigation.
Yes.
Where's Bo when you need her? Oh, that's a natural 19 for a total of 20.
She's here.
There we go.
I was like, what's up? Thanks, dude.
The markings...
Have some beer. Yeah.
The markings show, and there are like, what you thought were scratches are like dates. And they're gradual notches along. And you begin to realize this is kind of a slow measurement of the perpetual arcs of the red moon.
The solstice coming.
Or
okay.
Or whatever, as the rotation begins to shift, because Rudis is getting near its apex, which coincides with the coming astronomical event. Rudis begins to, its rotation, it's climbing across the sky, and its 6-month period, it begins to get closer and closer to its apex, its 6-month apex. And so this here looks to be markings that have been dated over at least a couple years. They're just kind of keeping tabs of the pattern of it traveling past the sky of the Hellcatch at this location. You also see a unique note that says, in Sylvan.
Why would it say in Sylvan?
He's an elf.
No.
Oh, why would it say in Sylvan?
What is
Thank
it?
you.
There you go.
I
see.
I was there and it died on the floor.
No, we got there. We got there, though.
Thank you, yeah.
It says curiosity on a stone.
Just the single word.
Just a single
In
word,
Elvish.
curiosity on a singular stone.
On a stone.
Curiosity on a stone.
Does it look like
Knowledge on a biscuit. Passion on a leaf.
I love your new Etsy shop.
Gotta start somewhere. Clientele, gotta build.
I'm putting that down as a merch item. Passion on a biscuit.
April Fool's item, just a rock that says curiosity on it.
But that's all you see.
Can I I'm going to kind of signal to Orem as well. This is curiosity, Sylvan. So, does it look like there's like seams? Can it be dislodged?
It looks like part of the rock. You can try if you want to.
Near any
Wait.
specific marking for?
Yeah. Can you line up with the rock and see where what the vision would be pointing towards?
Yeah. Is there like a connection to that in like the lines that he's been drawing?
It looks like it a little bit. Make an investigation check for me.
Can you help me? You want to help?
Well, actually, no. Well, you just made it.
I did. It was a 20. I don't
Yeah.
want to fail
So then,
again.
no. So we're continuing with that one.
Can I also can I just look in the direction past the stone from the top of the device and know which way I'm looking in comparison to where we came from?
Sure. I mean, the markings are kind of encircled all different ways.
Right. But curiosity is one spot on the clock, right?
Are you saying anything
Correct.
out loud or no?
The curiosity seems to the phrase seems to be pointed in the eastern direction.
Okay.
Eastern direction.
Like east northeast kind of vibe.
And we came from the northwest originally, right? Not from Bassuras, but from Dressar.
Correct. From the Odiran Wilds.
Is that what you were going to tell me? That's pointed in.
Oh, it's the where the curiosity element is placed. It's kind of in like an northeastern direction.
So there were 3 places. Chetney!
Yes?
Get up here, bring the map!
I float down. You want to go for a little ride?
Oh my god. Take me up.
I just kind of scoop up under him and we like Peter Pan.
Y'all only have
to the
10
ceiling.
minutes. Just putting that out there. Just don't fall.
It's like being lifted by a tree branch.
Oh God, take it here, please.
Yes, the map. Let's maybe we can try and like map this out with that map.
Okay.
Well,
Is that what you were gonna say?
well, just
Sorry.
I think Handir said that there were 3 places that he thought something could go down. They were
Where the ley lines connected.
Panagrip Sands, the ocean
Nexus
north of the
Ones.
Odiran Wilds,
And
or
Hellcatch
Hellcatch Valley.
That's right.
So on this map, are either of the first 2 to the northeast of here? I don't have it memorized.
DM.
It's not marked on there, but those who are
Nope.
familiar with the landscape, the Panagrip Sands are far, far east of here,
Far east.
and the Odiran Wilds are to the northwest. That's where you guys came
That's where we
from.
came from.
So it doesn't
So
seem
it
to be
could be.
connected.
Well, no, it could be the sands.
Could be because you said east, northeast.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be the point where
Could be. Could be the Panagrip Sands. Nothing to write home about, but maybe.
Do we know how far away that is?
It's a few hundred miles
Yikes.
beyond the mountain range. It's a secondary smaller
the
desert
moon.
to the south of the Rumadan
beyond the
Desert.
stars.
And just while I'm here, I'm gonna see if I mess with the rock or move it at all, if it does anything.
No, it just looks to be a notation of some kind, a reminder.
Okay.
You could always just draw a line, like a compass in that direction, just to have it on the map later. Maybe.
Sure, I'll make a little note on the map, I guess.
Okay.
A little ray,
Little ray.
Little ray.
Yeah.
east to northeast, and anything in that.
Cool. All right, so you note that in your notes on the map, and you have that at your disposal.
Is our head poking out of the top of the cave?
Are we bilboing out of the treetops, basically? Out of
periscoping?
where this place is?
Not quite. The periscope is. The periscope is like a good
Take
6 or
us up.
7 feet punched out
So
of
it's
the ground.
visible. It would be visible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll climb that.
Okay. So you climb.
And I go up with
Right.
Jenny.
Okay. So you
How
climb
much more
out.
time do you think I have on the spell?
I'd say probably from all this investigation, you have like 3 or 4 more minutes.
Take a look and just scan the horizon for any bogeys.
All right.
Problems?
All perception checks and all your points.
Take
23.
17.
Okay.
10.
You do not see any signs of danger on the horizon. You do see the rocky, varied topography at the top of this mesa, and you can see the edges where it drops off into the surrounding ravine. And on the north side, you can definitively see maybe, a good 50, 60 feet ahead of you where it immediately drops off into the ravine, which is where the entrance to this little underground hideaway is. But you do not see anything that triggers your spidey sense.
They're coming.
What is this? This little swirly, we don't know.
That's a sink.
With an X in it.
I think
The
it's
sinkholes have the triangle.
I think it's where it used to be, but it filled up. Sometimes
Oh,
they say
that's
they'll
right.
fill
That's
up.
what we said.
That's true.
Yeah.
And all this is just unexplored?
Well, it's just not marked on the map.
It's just not marked in the map.
But if I was trying to cover up a telescope, I'd fill up a sinkhole and put it in it. That's where we're going.
To all the sinkholes?
Just that one.
Oh. All right. So what's our plan for tonight? We're resting
Sleeping
here. Did you find everything that you could find?
I did up there. You were still wanting to toss the place.
I just want to, at the very least, I'm going to toss Ira's room. I'm going to go find it and just throw all of his stuff around and see if anything
Okay.
shows up.
Make an investigation check for me.
Just a sec, but it'll be fun.
Could we put down?
What are you going to do? 9.
9. You toss the room. You scatter things and all. He's like, if you just don't leave a few things. I've been trying to still look into this and get some. That was mine actually, but it's fine. I had it coming. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's weirdly satisfying watching you do this. Can I help you out?
Yeah, no, come on in. It feels good.
All right, he takes a mallet and starts smashing stuff too. And after like a short time into your guys resting, you just hear everything shattering and breaking, everything around the machine, old crates and boxes,
I'm gonna
everything's just being
jump in on it.
broken. Fern jumps in there now and it just turns into a full rage room scenario.
What are they doing in there?
Things.
As you were.
Can we say before you jumped in and you're ransacking the room, could I have pulled you aside?
Yes.
Also cast fly.
I went back down. No,
Yeah. Okay. I just want to say this in your head so that your folks can't hear.
Okay.
I kind of got the impression, Fern, that you would very much like answers.
Yes.
Yeah, and in that instance when I was in NFCG, we're looking into your father's memories. You know, it could have damaged him forever if we'd have kept pushing.
Oh.
And I don't know if you fully understood that when you said to keep pushing, or if maybe that's all right.
Oh. Well, we're made of strong stuff, so I figured he'd probably be okay, but maybe that was a bad assumption on my part. A little blood out of the nose doesn't really mean anything too bad, right?
Well, sometimes it does.
Yeah, sometimes it does, actually, now that I think about it.
Usually when it comes to, like, brain stuff, it
yeah,
kind of
that's
does.
probably the brain dripping out of your nose.
It's all right.
Yeah?
To be angry at them. I know you're trying real hard to be forgiving and to be sweet to them. You're allowed to be angry.
Is there therapy going on over here?
Did you see us just staring at
It just
each
felt
other?
like there was some like really good advice
Wait, are
over
you in
here.
here?
No.
No, this is your job. Obviously, I'm not trying to give therapy.
I just
trying
want to listen. I just want to be here and just experience this. Just keep going.
No,
I'm not here. I'm
wait,
just a
I'm
fly
just
on the wall.
talking to her
no,
in her brain.
Just do
Obviously.
that. I'm just gonna watch.
Okay.
Keep going.
Well, I don't really have much more to. I'm just gonna say it out loud.
Okay.
I don't really have much more to say. I was telling her it's okay to be mad.
Oh. Yeah, I should have said that too. Yeah.
I mean, but you all, you know, you're the expert of this stuff. Maybe it's not okay to be mad. If I were you, I would probably be mad.
Oh, I'm very mad.
Okay.
I'm very, very mad. I'm so mad I'm thinking of very bad things. But...
You want to say any of those things?
No.
Well, not to them, but just saying it out loud sometimes.
That's true. You know what? You could say it to us. They'll never know. It'll get it out there. It wouldn't be trapped in your brain anymore.
Sometimes, with my old crew, we had this little doll that we would hold up, and they would just yell at the doll so that instead of the person.
Oh.
I don't have a doll now, so you could just yell at me.
No, don't.
I'm so mad at you.
Okay.
Oh. Why are you mad at him?
Yeah, why?
I feel like you just abandoned me, and I feel like I want to hurt you.
Physically or emotionally?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that bad?
No, I don't think so. I mean, they abandoned you.
Yeah.
They were gone for a very long time.
And I don't have any relationship with them. I don't even know them.
And where do you even start with
Where do
something?
you even start?
They say that everything they're doing is because they were trying to help you, right?
Yeah,
So
but
it
it
just
kinda
seems so
makes me feel
strange.
like-
But it's possible they tried to get back to you several times, and Ira just kept him from doing it.
Is that what you saw?
That's what we felt, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did you guys say you needed a doll? Oh!
You have one?
You need one?
Yes, I do.
Fuck it up. Okay.
Who did you make this for? Who is this for?
I think it was supposed to be Pate's girlfriend. Of course, he met Sashimi first.
So I'm supposed to do.
I mean, you already did the yelling thing, but if there's more to say,
Get it out.
Get
Maybe
it
it felt
out.
bad to say it to FCG. Just say it to them.
Oh, don't show Chetney.
She just spit on the crotch of that doll. I saw it.
Awesome.
See, we're strong. It came back up.
You know what?
It just keeps coming up.
It's a remarkable craftsmanship.
It really is. You know what? This really does show Chetney's work. The fact that I can crumple it and then it comes back. Bing.
Listen, if there's, what's you know what?
Okay.
How about this? Answer me this.
Yes.
What's first on your? What would make you What would make you feel better first? To have a relationship with them, or to?
I don't think that's the answer. I don't think that's going to help you.
Or to just sort of get your feelings out to them.
Maybe just get my feelings out. That seems like the right thing to do, right?
I mean, and I think it's worth being honest with them. You keep trying to say, it's okay, it's all right, you abandoned. That's not all right.
No, it's not.
It's okay to be mad, and maybe that's what they need is to be yelled at, and that's how you can get past it. I don't know. I'm giving advice. I shouldn't be giving advice. That's a terrible thing.
I feel like part of what your advice is you're saying to her might be applicable to me. I gotta talk
And
to
me too.
I gotta figure out what
your
I'm
creator's
saying.
not dead. My mom's alive. What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, maybe
That's
you should
right,
be mad
your
at her.
mom's alive. Holy shit.
We should just hurt them all.
No,
that's not the answer.
Should we? Should we just call it a day and just wipe them all out?
Are we fucking our parents? Are we fucking our parents up? What are we fucking doing? We're hitting parents? I want to hit a parent.
What is Ollie doing or not gonna hear?
I want to hit a parent.
Well, Ollie
I don't
is.
have issues. Fuck you.
Ollie's still in the workshop and is now got out some of his pent-up intensity and is now looking at the machine. Birdie has finished making the hot butter, loosely the hot buttered rum. Comes by and says, "Well, I got this. It's butter rumish. It's what I could cobble together given the time. So it may not be what you remember, but it's the least I can do." So,
It'll be great. May I sit down with you and Ollie and just have a conversation?
Of course. Ollie! Ollie, we're talking to her daughter.
Give him some space.
Yeah, give him some space.
We'll take our rum. We'll take our rum and we'll give you guys some space.
Of course.
Pick up my rum.
Orm quietly leans over to Handir and says, my parents are great.
So are mine. But I guess it seems to be rare to find people who had good parents.
Guess it's us.
Getting involved in bad stuff.
The two.
You notice now he's holding the jug of rum that she was using earlier.
Yeah.
Just
They're all
offers.
dead.
Yes, same. Yes.
You see Ollie comes in, kind of like dusting off his sleeves from all the kicked up dust from the loose battle with the rest of the shelves and machine parts that were on the sides of the laboratory. Of course, yeah. I'd love to spend some time, right? Thank you, love. He takes and starts sipping his rum. Oh, that's weirdly spicy.
Okay. Well, I think we should probably talk about this so that I can, I was told it's healthy too.
Right, no, of course. Yeah, I mean, we're looking forward to having some, one-on-one time.
I feel very upset. And I don't know why, even for 6 years, you didn't come back. And I love Maury very much, but, she's not my grandmother, and, yeah, you just left me with someone that was not family, and then you didn't come back, and I feel like I want to, do something mean to you both.
Kind of look at each other and they grab each other's hand and look back at you. And you have every right to be. It wasn't a decision we made lightly. It's not what we wanted to do, but at the time we felt it was the only option we had to keep you safe. And that's not an excuse. It's just what it was.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. Both of us. No, he's right. We just... Believe you us, we've been spending a lot of time just worrying about you, thinking on you, and wanting desperately to reach out to you. But whenever we started getting the courage and Mamie absconding off, I swear something would come up and keep us focused on the work at hand, or we'd have a brush with the unseelie, and it reminded us of what kind of world we might be dragging you into if we do so. And we're selfish creatures. We want to do the most shiny thing in front of us that we see, and you've been nothing but the most shiny thing. And it's taken everything to not indulge in that, because we thought that if we did, we'd lose you forever. But that doesn't discount how you're feeling now here either. Look, I'm not gonna lie, when you started reaching out to me the other day and said that we see you, I've been equal parts ecstatic and absolutely just shitting myself in fear.
Oh, no.
Maybe a little both. Don't get a lot of good food out here in the Hellcat.
Check that out. That's a weird side effect of fear.
Could be. Yeah, but look, I hate all this.
I do too.
I hate all that's happened. I hate that we've been robbed of time. I hate that you've been wondering so long, and that Maury's been a little devious in how she said she'd take care of you, and that's on us as much as it is her. Your mother's right. And I just want to ask, like, if you... We're not asking for your forgiveness.
Yeah, I don't know if I could give that, but what else are you asking for?
I don't know, honestly. Maybe a chance to make it up to you in time. Or at the very least to keep yourself safe.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a child. It's, shoots fire. Kind of, it's sort of like a pooing situation, and then he throws it. It's really remarkable.
Well, I don't know.
I'm there for him. I've turned out to be a very good mother. So.
Well, that's amazing. My goodness, I didn't know that. We didn't. No, I had no idea. I just.
Well,
oh my God, we're grandparents.
You guys haven't been around it all, so didn't know that I already had. Okay, well, I will work on trying to forgive you both, and we'll see what happens. And everybody here, they're kind of my family, because I know them better, but I would like to try to maybe get to know you both.
At your own pace, dear. I mean, to your point, we've had a lot taken from us, each other.
Yeah, I would certainly like to go at my pace, because if we go with yours, it's going to be a very long time.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot going on, and Molly, we can keep doing some investigating on our end and try and be helpful through all this, even in the aftermath of Vira's presence. We'll just do what we can to help you and your friends out from our side of things, and keep as comfortable a distance as you like for as long as you need.
Sure.
Just no matter how long that distance is, know that we still love you very much, and we just want the best for you. Isn't that right? Have whatever words are and what they mean right now. Your mother's right. I love you. And if we never see you again, fair play. But we'll love you nonetheless.
Okay. Yes. I enjoy both of your company. And we will probably hear from each other in the future, and we'll help each other out, and maybe we'll make memories together that both of us will remember at some point. And
Right. They take a swig.
this tastes different than I remember.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go get back on the machine.
Okay.
That's all right. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and I guess start rearranging some of the spaces here for enough folks to sleep.
Okay. I can help.
Okay. Well, we can do that.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
I think I was kind of honest.
Yeah.
I do feel like
honesty's great.
Yeah, I feel a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel okay. I think I feel okay.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did they take it okay?
I think they did. I mean, I feel like a lot of this is actually my fault because
None of it's
when
your
I
fault.
was
It's not your
born-
fault.
I
Are you
was
kidding?
born and then this all happened.
Fern.
For them.
I don't think.
But I know.
That's
no.
not how that works. That's not how that works. No.
That's weird.
No. Mm-mm.
I mean, okay.
No, it's not your fault. Hey, that's good. That's just getting some of it off your chest is great for day one. And now you have that doll that you're going to keep playing with for the rest of the campaign, and we'll.
You know, we can dress that up.
No, that's just a placeholder. I'm already at work on something else. There's just a pile of wood chips and scraps over here. He's furiously.
Wow, that was very quick. Oh my
No,
goodness.
you can hold it for comfort and for fidgeting.
But don't fall over the too
right
much.
here under the table.
It's better than this, not gonna lie. I don't hear it as much.
Okay.
What's its name?
Oh, you have to give. Oh, I feel like you're better with coming up with names.
Oh well, I'll name it after raw meat or something like that. So.
Raw meat?
Well, there's got to be something better than that.
Let's name them.
Caviar.
Yes, that's a good one. Okay, we'll name Caviar, and whenever any
So
of you get
fancy.
upset, you can fiddle with Caviar as well.
Or yell at Caviar.
Or yell at Caviar.
I read a horror story about this one time, and then the doll came to life and ended up skinning everyone alive. Did you ever read that story? It was
like
real
those
scary.
marionettes that we
Yeah.
encountered.
I don't think I heard that
I
one.
just pull out pate.
Oh God.
Pate. You have new friend.
Oh God.
My name is Caviar. What's your name?
It's been a long time. What does pate sound like?
Can we get a voice for it?
Gonna play that?
Gravelly cockney.
Coffee? Pate just says, look, I'm already single, or I'm already taken, but doesn't mean I can't talk to the missus, and maybe we can, there's enough room in this little birdhouse.
That would be fun.
Calm down.
You settle down.
Andir is like frozen mid-draw from the rum jug, and he's just looking over there, his goblin eyes over his monocle, and just kind of slowly looks over at Orem. Your friends are very interesting.
We just found out a lot today. I think this is a coping mechanism.
The emotional health of all of these puppets and marionettes is actually.
Orm is thinking about a city on the moon and is watching.
All right. With the not the most comfortable arrangement set up within the space here, but enough to take a night's rest. The day eventually begins to draw to a close as the sunset takes the skies of the Hellcatch.
Terrified.
What would you like to do, if anything else, before a night's rest?
I set up the little house, and I if you don't mind.
I think they should stay in the same home.
I take caviar and sashimi and pate, and I just kind of shove them all in the house, just a little haphazard, just kind of get them to work, and then I just put like a little scrap of fabric over the door and a little red tie on the door handle. And
Oh.
have fun.
Have the red thread too, not you.
Oh my god.
That's the most college thing I've ever seen.
Just as graceful. Just as graceful. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take a walk outside with me.
Yeah.
Or almost silently walk with you until we get out to the mouth of this cave. When I saw what I saw, I thought I was imagining it. That it couldn't be real.
Yeah.
We gotta get to Eos.
Yeah. I don't know what all this is, but
Someone's gonna beat us to the punch. I don't know if we have a month or if we have less.
we probably have until the apogee solstice.
Those texts, people are dying for them. And I know that you want answers. We gotta get there. Not tomorrow, but soon.
Definitely. I don't think the group would fight us on that. I think they understand the necessity.
I don't think they'd fight you.
They wouldn't fight you either. I think everyone deeply respects what you have to say.
They all really listen to you. You have an amazing head on your shoulders. I don't know if you see it the way the rest of us do, but you do, and I know leadership. And I know that you're, like, carrying a lot and figuring out a lot. And I don't know how to fix it, but if you need to lean on anyone, well, hey, I'm really short, and I know how to do that. You know, sometimes I feel like you get overwhelmed, and I see, I don't know, I see a little bit of wrath, too. And I get it, a little bit, in my own way. But I know there's more than that with you. And I just want to say I'm a fan.
What if whatever's up there is truly evil? What if it's malicious? What if whatever it is that has given me whatever these powers are, what if it comes from something
What are you gonna do, Imogen Temmel? Bend to that? Or carve your own way?
I don't want a band.
Well, I mean, you're gonna start it off with a compliment. You're a born leader. So if you need, like, a gut check once in a while.
Should I reach out to Odon? I've been hiding from her. But I'm terrified to go to sleep for fear she's gonna be there again. What does that mean I mean, I could reach out to her before that. I could contact her now.
Do you think she sees you?
In my dreams?
Yeah. Is it a two-way street?
She's definitely seen me. I've looked her in the eye. She knows me.
I think. Trust your gut.
Yeah.
I also want to ask a favor.
Sure.
Maybe as a warm-up. Will you look in for a second? And I start to imagine the voice of the Tempest.
Oh, of course. I'm gonna use some sorcery points and bring back a second level spell and cast Detect Thoughts.
And you see a seemingly young, red-haired woman dressed in a very impressive mantle of autumn-colored leaves and antlers standing in front of one of the most beautiful trees you have ever seen in your life.
Your leader.
I'm not good with words, so I wrote this down. I know these have to be short. Tempest.
All right.
Following threads. Dark Fey influences. Members of the Cerberus Assembly. Power players in Marquet. 1 month out from trouble. Stay the course.
Stay the course.
That's a question.
All right.
Missing home.
All right. I will cast Sending on his leader. Her name is
Keyleth.
Keyleth. I'll cast Sending to Keyleth and relay all of that.
Okay. The spell finds the individual that you focus on in your mind and concentrate on, and you convey these words in as much honesty and driven intent as you heard in Orm's voice. And you hear a gentle, calming voice come through on the response from the spell. I thank you for the message, whoever you are. This is disconcerting news. Stay the course carefully. I'll pull threads on my end. Stay safe.
I relay that.
A lot of weight.
Yeah.
A lot of weight.
Carefully. What's the course? Just finding the assassins and...
Why? You know, the beginning of my travels out here, I didn't know why my home, but this seems way bigger than one place. I don't know, I mean, maybe we are dealing with something way bigger than all of us, but you still need answers, and so do I.
Yeah. Why would they target her?
She's had theories about those ley lines. I didn't hear much. Again, I've heard snippets of 100 different conversations. Hundreds. But it's a topic that's come up. I don't know, it's my best guess. Thank you.
Thank you for everything.
I'm gonna Punch her in the hip.
Punch her in the poon.
Stay the course.
Carefully.
It's not a real hit. I did not just Hadouken you in the V.
K.O.
Ashton is going to drunkenly find Ira's the room that they just trashed, and bring my last cup of rum in my beautiful porcelain blue cup that I now have, and sit down and pull out of my bag the Rashi helmet from the museum and just put it down and find a place to sit and not stand and just drink and stare at the fucking thing. And plans to pass the fuck out in there.
Okay. Your eyes long grow fuzzy, and before you eventually succumb to consciousness, the last thing you see is that mask staring back at you. A numb tingle in the back of your mind. Anyone else?
Sorry, go on.
I'll add 30 seconds to the end. I said that I would stay behind and look at the sky for a bit. And really short, Orm also pulls out the sending stone. And just quietly on his own says, "Hey friend, missing you here. Could really use your special brand of creative optimism right now. Don't know where you are, hope you're happy. Bye now."
Response comes pretty quick afterward. Hey, floating bar got a little weird. Took a while to land it. This side of the fam's keeping me busy. Missing you all too. Don't die.
Orm just kind of laughs and tosses the sending stone and catches it.
And hits it with a hammer.
Gems! Walks back inside. That's it.
Anyone else? Same here.
One more sending.
Okay.
Yes. For the night. One more character for Matt to play.
Where are you right now? Are you
I've found an alone place.
a lot of lone places around here? Yeah, you can.
I'll go outside.
Okay, go outside.
He rolls
if the meat
right
tongue
past.
is hanging, don't come in.
Gross.
And I will cast Sending, which is a spell.
Do it.
That I'm marking off
No words,
on D&D Beyond, where you can create your own legacy in Kryn and pre-order Dragonlance Shadow of the Dragon Queen on D&D Beyond at dndbeyond.link/CR Dragonlance.
There you go.
And now I will cast the spell. And I will say,
Who is this?
I'm going to try to contact Dancer.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And say, Dancer, fresh cut grass, reporting in. Awaiting designation and assignment. What is your current status?
There's a long pause. You hear a low, gravelly, textured, world-wearied voice come through, familiar to you. How did you find me? What do you want from me?
That's all I got. Well, shit. Guess I gotta go to sleep now.
Try again in the morning.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else, or
6 more sendings.
Are we sleeping? Because there's something
We're
I want to
about
do when
to.
everybody's asleep.
okay? Well, unless anyone else pipes up, I think sleep is on the horizon.
I think so. Before sleep, I'll just run over to Imogen. That's you, right?
It's me.
And just say, do you think you're gonna dream tonight?
I have no clue.
All right, maybe I'll just take first watch and I'll watch you.
I would appreciate that.
Cool. Night night.
All right.
Okay.
Lorna?
Push aside the dollhouse.
There's stuff, man.
Don't. Privacy.
It's just like that little Beetlejuice as he's like having a lot.
That's that cat right under the bishop's.
Awesome.
Yes, how are you?
Just fine. Could I just hold your hand just in case?
Yes. I really want this to work.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Just in case.
Just kind of snuggle up next to Imogen.
Okay.
Sleep tight, everybody.
God.
I actually am a little creeped out tonight. Not by you, obviously.
Okay. While everyone else is asleep.
Okay.
We're all asleep.
Now, I am going to. I would like to go into the room with the purple stones hanging from the ceiling.
Okay. Well, you can definitely do so, unless anybody doesn't want to sleep in there with these scattered rooms.
Wow!
Nice.
Whoa! Not gonna lie, I totally forgot we were filming.
I'm so proud of you, Laura.
We've been here for hours.
That's probably why.
God-given gift.
It is really, truly so proud. You two.
I was like,
I don't get
that's why she
it.
helped with the Burt Foley in season 1 of Vox Machina.
I don't know where it comes from.
Destruction.
Both of you, where does it come from? You can rumble a room.
Continue, please.
Okay, just very quietly.
Very quietly.
I would like to try to cut down, not touch the stones, but try to cut down 2
Of the purple.
of the purples.
Okay, make a stealth check for me, please.
Mm. 14.
14. Okay. Yeah, I'll say you managed to stealthily go through and cut down 1 stone. Where are you sleeping, Orem?
Yeah, I was gonna say in the main chamber, I would think. Right, it was purple rock room, and then on to the next.
Yeah.
I'd be in the cozier room.
That'd be the purple rock room, probably.
Okay. All right, so I just open one eye.
Open one eye, and you
Watch.
glance over, and you can see one of the purple lights kind of fade as it kind of is removed from its positioning.
But she's not touching it?
She's holding the rope that it's on.
Okay. I'll just watch for now.
You go over. Cut down the second one.
Just swinging it a little. I'm going to take the stone and I'm going to put it inside the dollhouse with the rest of Pate and everybody.
Are you gonna touch it?
No.
How do you put it in the dollhouse?
You know,
Are you swinging it
her
in like a
mage hand.
yo-yo?
Or using it like in a cloth or something.
I'll touch it and put it in there.
Okay.
The stone? Touch the stone?
Oh.
Okay.
No,
You
no,
touched
go
it?
ahead.
I'm going
Go
to
ahead.
just
Do
put
your
it
thing.
in the... Oh, God. He has that face right now.
Do it. You already said you
Okay, I already did it.
Yeah, and Orm goes, foot.
But just
Too late.
just like a finger to push it in the...
just kind of gently
Yeah.
just touch it, and it tingles a little touch, almost like the faintest of 9-volt batteries in the tongue.
Just a little lady
Just a little
finger.
bit.
Just a little lady finger.
And you just kind of nudge it into the house, leave it there.
And you don't see him behind you silent. He's like... And I'll just watch and wait to see if she...
You don't notice him.
Okay, and then I'm going to go to Birdie and Ollie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna sort with my lady finger. I'm going to just look at them kind of really closely.
Okay.
Just so I can get to know their faces a little better.
Ollie's kind of curled up, almost like a little cat, just kind of wrapped into himself, kind of leaned against what looks to be a pile of dirt that may have been moved or excavated to make space in the main laboratory room that just kind of gives him a soft thing to lean against. And then Birdie is just like sprawled across him, kind of, legs open, arms completely just wrapped over him, just this light snore.
Okay.
She's definitely the possum of the couple.
I am going to curl up in a little ball on the floor on Ollie's side of the bed. And I'm going to go to sleep.
Okay. So one gem is inside the house. One you've put in your bag.
I got two?
You got two?
I did end up getting two? Okay. The other one, I'm just going to put it away for later.
Okay.
No. Oh my God. I'm really sorry.
No, it's okay. Fern, what you going to do? What would Fern do?
Have fun with it.
I'm going to go to Imogen.
Okay.
I'm going to put it...
Bitch.
I'm currently watching Imogen.
Oh, I'm just giving her back something she loves.
Great.
It's fine. I'm just going to stuff it in her bag.
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check.
Ooh. Oh, wait, no, never mind. That would be a... Why did that get lower? 16.
16, okay. Doesn't wake her at all. You slide it into her bag.
What about me? I'm right next to Imogen.
You was asleep.
You're asleep.
What's your
though, right?
passive?
14.
Yeah. Nope.
Curl up and go to sleep.
Okay. All right. So, unless anything else continues.
No, Matt.
Chetney is working furiously. Wood chips and like pieces of cloth.
Little. Are you in the same room as me?
I'm off in a corner.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, in the deepest of night, the gentle sounds of wood being carved and worked at, the occasional scurrying of somebody going to talk to another, or something being snipped and hidden. But sleep does come to you all, and a night's rest, a much needed and eager night of rest, given the exhaustion from the battle earlier in the day. No dark dreams come to you this night, Imogen. And we'll go ahead and go to break there. We'll pick up in the morning.
Kill the moon by looking
What
at
a
it.
first half.
God.
So much.
Goodness.
So much.
There's a lot of Lewdness. Holy schmoly.
All right, we'll pick up here in a few minutes. We'll see you guys here after the break.
When we have a chance.
Drakenheim is no more. The great city lies in ruin, the royal line broken. Chaos followed in its wake, an eruption of civil war and strife. The falling stars left behind eldritch crystals. Their magic can forge mighty tools, but unleash otherworldly contamination. Now the disaster that befell Drakenheim is spreading to every corner of an unprepared world. Old feuds, petty disagreements, and internal strife unravel the order that once held war at bay. Westermar is a realm in tatters, reeling at the devastation of its capital. Meanwhile, the proud, noble houses of Caspia gather their power for a show of strength, eager to gain glory and renown. And Illyria, with their sacred cathedrals and high towers, desperately fight to uphold justice and faith in a world descending into madness. Call on the Apothecary, a new intelligence-based spellcasting class. Master their skills to bolster your allies and wield their occult magic to sap the strength of your enemies. Choose all new subclasses, use new spells, contaminated magic, monsters, NPCs, and new tool feats to expand character proficiencies. The world needs heroes. Sharpen your swords, fletch your bow, and ready your spells, and prepare to set out on an adventure into the wider world in Sebastian Crow's Guide to Drakenheim.
gamers, Laura Bailey here to guide you through what's new in the Critical Role shop. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. Look at this. Isn't it fashion? So much fashion happening here. Style should never be a dumpster, darling. Could anything be more perfect? It's the little things in life. This is pretty badass. And hey, if you want, you could head over to the Critical Role shop right now.
I love
Give
it.
me your Richard Nixon. I'm not a crook.
This is pretty great.
I want to be in
Michael
the splashdown.
Fassbender.
That was pretty good.
Oh my God!
You sons of bitches!
Saul Goodman. Oh! Oh God!
That's
the
best choice. You won.
Oh my God! No, it did not. Did the chair just break?
Kyle, she broke another one.
Kyle!
Tal'Dorei Campaign Setting Reborn, the definitive 5e sourcebook that brings the land of Tal'Dorei to your game. Rediscover the land of Critical Role's Vox Machina with 9 dazzling subclasses, 5 rich backgrounds, and dozens of new creatures, feats, and magic items. The future of Tal'Dorei is in your hands now. How do you want to do this?
When the forces of evil threaten Exandria, these heroes are there to answer the call.
I'm Super Scanlan. With my Critical Role Twitch subscription, I can watch all my favorite CR shows before they come out on YouTube. Take that, evildoers!
Here comes Jester with her Twitch subscription to Critical Role. She can access gnarly emotes and post links in the chat too.
Radical!
Oh no! Here comes some trolls and jam up our live chat.
Don't worry, Laudna will stop them with the help of Critical Role's professional moderators.
She's spooky, but I like her. Here comes Laudna's friend Chitney. He has an Amazon Prime membership, which gives him 1 free Twitch subscription of his choice. Of course he subscribes to Critical Role. It's the power of teamwork. Die, die, die!
Spooky.
I cast agonizing bolt!
Scanlan's hand!
Stab him, Chetney! And look, there's Caleb with the power of introspection and existential dread.
Now that we've defeated all the bad guys, let's gift subscriptions to other users. You can do that by name or randomly.
Taliesin! Ashley, please, I've told you so many times, just don't play with those, okay? They're super fragile, custom made, custom painted. You know what? We have to film in about 30 minutes, so why don't you two just come with me? Come on.
Oh, it's Major Buzzkill here to take away all our fun. Oh, is it Thursday yet, bitch?
Certainly die.
Oh, good one.
Loot his corpse. Take his vest. Would you please stop that?
Frog Smash!
Subscribe to Critical Role on Twitch and collect all 21 action figures. Alternate forms and familiars not included.
Welcome back. Sorry for the long first half. I lost track of time. It happens.
That was also our fault. There was a lot going on.
I mean, they're right. It was your fault. Fuck you guys.
We kept being
Jesus.
born. Yeah.
I had a good time too. But you all get a long rest.
Yay! Oh, thank God.
You sleep through the night until eventually bits of sunrise and warmth begin to creep out from the opening of the cavern, and you begin to rouse to the new day. What would you like to do?
Good morning. How was it? Did you
I
dream?
didn't have any, nothing.
All right.
It's a good thing.
It's good?
Yeah. I didn't want one.
Okay.
I finished. I felt like there was some significant family role play going on, so I just wanted to support since Imogen and FCG were there. So if you wanna
Did you sleep?
If you wanna work on, your parents, the birdie and then also I made a fern. The cloth in here, the textiles are just garbage, but anyway, I just wanted you to have something to work with, so if you need to kill something, you can.
Wait,
Anyway.
what?
I feel like I might be at Hat Strike today, I'm not sure, but
How did you make these so fast, Chitney?
I've done better, trust me. There's a pet if you guys work it out, but otherwise we'll just keep it a 3-prong family system.
The glasses, this just looks so much like the bird.
The hair is all real, by the way.
Is it
Where
really?
did you get it?
I know where he got it.
Oh no.
Snip, snip it, Minnie.
Nobody checks their pubes in the morning.
You're right. You know?
You're right.
Never thought about that.
How we doing, pubes?
Oh, by the way,
FCGS.
FCGS.
This is the worst Pinocchio story. I hate it so much.
One patch of flesh that's kept alive on a little grid, and it just grows.
Little merkin, yeah. He's got a Brazilian.
No genitalia.
Oh, I'm just seeing like the scene in the next gen movie when Data gets the patch of skin on him. It's just different.
Oh my
Anyway.
God, yes.
Anyway.
You hear Orm's voice about 20 feet above saying, "Were you up all night working on those?" And he's just up there with the 2 ropes, just extending his arms out.
Just doing an iron cross?
Yep.
Asshole.
Fucking asshole. Oh my God. Look at his lats.
That's why it's a fantasy role-playing game.
What do you mean? That's a direct mirror.
Couple of hours, art's never really done. You just abandon it for a while. How long are you going to do that?
He lets go one rope and then just starts to do Cirque stuff, swinging down and down and down and lands.
Just doing some Cirque stuff.
What are you doing there?
You left me for 6 years. Fuck you. It was 112. You can fill in the place.
Her parents look a lot older
All right.
than they actually do in real life.
You pull back. And glancing inside, in a tangle, they are jammed around a glowing purple rock.
Imogen.
What?
Oh my God. Oh, their love. Their love manifested.
I don't think that.
Glowing rock.
No, Lana, I don't think that's what happened.
What do you want out again?
They didn't
They came alive
manifest.
again, didn't they?
I think they're alive.
What's Fern doing right now?
Yeah, I look around. I look towards the rocks.
Kissing the.
2 of the rocks are missing.
Those are the ropes.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
As you reach for it.
Yeah, you did it.
I was just going for the dolls, but you're right, I guess it is in there.
A gentle voice begins to creep into the back of your mind as your fingers find the proximity of the stone. Good.
No. No. No.
Do you not want it?
Sorry, was that out loud?
Did you hear her?
For a second.
Wait, heard who?
I'm gonna get my handkerchief off my neck. I'm gonna reach in, grab the rock, and chuck it across the room.
Okay, you chuck it and it shatters.
Oh.
The color within diminished.
Do you think Pate is conspiring against me?
I don't think that's what happened. I don't know how it got in there, but I doubt with my entire being that Pate got a rock
You're right.
and brought it in the house.
Paranoid, he'd never betray me.
You wander dangerous path.
Oh, shit.
Be warned, child. Not everyone's looking out for your well-being like I am. I'll keep you safe.
Wait.
What?
Sorry. Wait. Hold that thought. Bladder full from the morning. I've got to. I go outside.
Okay. You're outside, and there's like kind of the early morning sunlight starting to creep over the western horizon. You kind of like hits your eye a little bit as you come out of the initial like cave entrance on a little platform that coasts upward to the top of the mesa. But you're alone.
I'm alone. Check around. All look good.
Do you want to share a little bit more of that information? Tired of you withholding.
I'm just paying attention from my distant, forgotten perch, my dear. you continue to wander around things that hold all manner of delightful and dangerous magics. You know the impact they can have on you. You know the impact that magic has had on you. I claim responsibility myself, so just consider this recompense, trying to keep you safe. For if you die, I go too.
Well, maybe you shouldn't be so confident that you'll always have this lifeline.
I'm always confident, dear.
Tell me. I know you've been listening. What do you make of this moon prison situation?
I spend some of my time doing a bit of research on solstices myself. It's incredible the things that can happen during the proper alignments with the proper preparations. We had a bit of a stress timeline and had to do with what we had at our disposal, and we still achieved something great. I can't even begin to fathom what some others might be up to. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't excited to watch from within. So please, continue. At the very least, satiate my curiosity. At the very most, get as involved as you like.
Walk back inside. Shake her out of my head. Who's ready for some morning tea? Yes?
What you
yes? I don't know. I'm gonna go raid the cabinets. I'll be back.
There are sacks on the ground. There are no cabinets. But you find some things that, where's the Dean? Birdie's like eager to be like, well, if you're looking for tea, I can show you where my different stores are. I've been kind of keeping a collection here of the odd leaves that I could cultivate or, import with a couple of connections I had in Bassuras, and sort of bringing you through the process of the mixing and matching that she does here. So yeah, you go ahead and start brewing up tea for everybody.
When Ladna's gone making tea, Orm just walks past Imogen, stops and just sort of adjusts his armor and says, "Friend, put one of those in your bag too," and keeps walking.
Snitches be bitches.
Be witches.
Get stitches.
Leads to riches.
What are we doing today, y'all?
Well, it seems like we have lots of options, right? To go see Dancer.
Yeah.
To go see
Paragon's Call.
Paragon's Call.
Did you end up contacting Dancer to come here?
I did, but I ran out of magic and I couldn't communicate much with her. Just said hello and she responded.
What'd she say?
Fern tea.
Oh, thank you.
Was it okay? Was it favorable?
It was vague.
What do you mean?
She seemed disturbed, unsettled.
Did she know it was you?
I said who it was.
Disturbed how?
I don't know. She just seemed disturbed.
I find the notion that she's still around disturbing and unsettling, personally.
Well, I don't. I'm glad she's alive.
Orm?
Yeah, it's just the process by which that happened that worries me.
You think she was raised by some sort of undead monster?
No, I don't think there was enough to raise. That was a chunky grease spot at that point, to be frank. So,
any indication where she is?
No, but I can try again today.
Maybe you should. I mean, if you want her to come here.
Yeah, of course. Are we gonna set off soon, or should I do it now?
like you can trust her enough for this.
Of course.
We don't bring her here, right?
Well, yeah, because she can look at the telescope and tell us how to fix it.
Well, maybe we can just find her when we get back to town then. I mean, are we gonna wait for her to come here?
I don't know.
Or are we going to snag her?
I don't know. That's a good question. It might be faster to bring her here.
We could vet her. I mean, maybe she's got a tail, or somebody's like holding her against her.
Plus, we were a big group when we came out here, and we got attacked, so we don't want her on her own. Maybe we meet up with her. She's in the city, right?
That's what
Isn't that we?
my other friend, whose name I know, said.
Joe?
Not
Joe.
Not Joe.
It was.
Yeah, you know, my other friend who I'm very good friends with.
What you're thinking of is
Nura? No. Shit.
Esmer.
Esmer. Yep, that's my friend. Esmer Polenta.
Can't make sense of any of my fucking notes.
That drawing's pretty great, though.
Well, here, I'll try one more time now just to see if she's in town, because otherwise, you know.
What's the point?
If she's not there, then, I mean, we're still going to go into town.
Yeah.
All right.
Shout out soon.
Yep.
All right, I'll cast Sending again.
Okay.
Dancer, it's me, Fresh Cut Grass again. I might need you soon, and I'm worried about you. Where are you? Can you tell me?
Okay. There's a pause before that same gravelly voice kicks in. Please, leave me alone. I barely got away. I hope I never see you again. Okay. You know what you did.
Well, that's not good.
There's a static.
Static? Oh, in me?
Flashes in your mind.
Oh, shit.
You take
Oh, God.
4 points.
4 points of what?
4 points.
Oh, boy.
Points of what?
Oh, boy. That's not good. Okay.
Points of what? Points of health.
Okay.
I'm so fidgety, I'm sorry.
What is it? I guess you'll see Fresh Cut Grass just sort of go silent for a second and go limp a little bit and just sort of hang their head down a bit and kind of sort of fade.
Letters? Letters?
Fresh Cut Grass. Hey.
I'm gonna detect thoughts.
Is she okay?
Anything? What do I get? I detect thoughts.
I don't know.
Okay, you go to detect thoughts on the fresh cut grass, and there is this burgeoning wave of tumultuous emotion and intensity, a level of stress and anger and just a bottled cacophony of so many different voices and thoughts that they've taken on through years. It's at a brimming point, at a breaking point. Do you push further in?
Yeah.
Make a wisdom saving throw, Fresh Cut Grass.
What am I trying to beat?
I don't know. A 15 probably?
Wisdom. 17.
And with that, the loud noise becomes a heavy crackling. and you have to pull out before you're afraid it's going to pierce your mind too. And with that, you pull back, your eyes focus, that piercing pain in your head begins to subside, and you just see the limp, staring, fresh-cut grass there before you.
Are you okay?
Did it sound like different voices, like different personalities of thought?
Different voices, voices you hadn't heard, you couldn't recognize some of your voices. You heard some of your thoughts in there, other people. You heard cries of pain, you heard apologies, you heard whispers, you heard just hundreds of moments of time, of different voices, all at once.
It's like their brain became a bit overloaded, maybe.
Yeah.
There was a lot of everything.
Like when you're in a crowded room?
All at once. Kinda.
Is he still out?
I saw Joe do this once, and I'll just walk over and I'll pull out the wooden mallet. Oh, bang! All of a sudden,
Chat!
oh, shit.
I guess I'll move.
Okay.
And I will.
Oh no.
I guess first.
Oh no.
This whole time we were worried about the fucking werewolf. The werewolf's fine.
Well.
Is he? Because he just did that.
I showed you what I wrote.
I guess I'll just buzzsaw him.
And almost an immediate reaction to the impact of the mallet with a soft clung, you watch the limp body of fresh-cut grass just snap into one fast, killing motion as the buzzsaw ramps up and lunges for Chetney. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Do I get any sort of bonuses
You have
in this
advantage on
state?
this.
Oh! Good, because I'm gonna need it.
I'm sorry, Mom, I'm making really high noises.
That's a 19 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
Any bonuses to damage or just as is?
I think it's just as is. I'll double check here in a second.
Oh, I rolled terribly.
Holy shit. For damage?
Mm-hmm.
This has been the night of Travis going,
Oh
I
my
fucking
God,
told
yeah. Various I told you so.
Did you text me? What's happening? No. I just rolled a 1, so it's only 2 points of damage.
Yeah, so it's just advantage on attack rolls.
Okay. 2 points of damage.
Let's make it 3 because I'm devastated.
Oh god.
And I'll let's see. Bonus action. I will cast spiritual weapon.
Okay.
And I'll make it a wood chisel, just hanging right over his head. Can I also attack with that?
You can.
All
yeah.
right, go ahead.
Turn him off! Turn him off! Turn him off!
That's a natural 20. All right, so terrible roll. So 10 points of damage.
Oh my god!
A streak of red blood as the buzzsaw just tears through the shoulder, but thankfully your reaction pulls you back, and it's just more of a gross-looking flesh wound. And as you're still reacting, you look above and watch as this brief burst of energy apparates into this kind of odd arcane wood chisel that then stabs right into your sternum.
Oh god,
I'll use my movement to just get right up on him, and I'll just start saying, "Why don't you shut up? Why don't you shut your fucking mouth?"
Everyone roll initiative.
The meat tongue is out.
Oh no!
Oh no!
25 to 20.
22.
Rolling and processing this.
Good.
What is that?
20 to 15?
15.
16.
18. Woo!
Okay.
Wait, who was first? Start over.
Ashton was first.
I get 14.
Okay, hold on. We'll get to that in a second.
Sorry.
So you're, who's the higher dexterity of the two of you?
18. My dex is 14.
Rollies!
Yeah, you got it.
What is that? Can you?
That's a 9.
19.
Okay.
Okay.
So Ash, Loudna.
Fern.
Okay.
Somebody had a 16.
And then
Imogen.
And then Orem.
And then Chitney, because I had a 15 too.
Mm-hmm. And then Fresh Cut Grass.
14.
Okay.
And then, that's it.
Oh.
I was like, oh, we count 6. Oh, it's because I put Fresh Cut Grass on the enemy side of the initiative.
Oh my God.
All right,
Oh my
Ashton, you're up first. In this sudden flash of energy and violence, you just from your like calm, like somewhat calm but concerned state, you see Fresh Cut Grass move faster than they've ever moved before, and just start tearing into Chetney.
Okay, fuck this. I'm going to rage.
Turn him off! Yes, turn him off!
Never stopping with gravity. I pull the fucking gravity going full speed. What am I going to do with this?
Could you make your save, by the way?
My save?
At the end of each turn.
Oh, okay. Let me look at that. What does that mean?
Such a happy bitch.
We're watching Boston Dynamics totally shred aging gnomish Paul Newman right now.
He's coming!
Just a gnomish cool hand Luke getting shredded.
Sam, just roll a wisdom saving throw.
Power cycle. I did not. It was bad. 12.
Yeah. So all right, Ashton, what's your turn?
I'm gonna run up and I've got full gravity going. I'm going a little grayscale, and I'm gonna run and just grapple.
Okay, you're gonna attempt to grapple.
I'm gonna attempt to grapple.
All right.
Which chamber are we in? Sorry.
You are in the main chamber with all the green, like grasses and grown planters around you. There's
So
the
this
broken
is the homie
furniture.
space. This
This
is
is the
not
homie space.
telescope room.
Correct. So go ahead and make an athletics check.
Mm-hmm.
You make an athletics or acrobatics check.
Terrible. 4.
4.
12.
You are grappled. Something you are held, which means you can still do everything. Your speed is 0.
That's enough. That's enough, buddy. Come on.
All right, Laudna, you're up.
So he's grappled.
Yeah, they're currently holding on Fresh Cut Grass in the back, and now that you can see the eyes right there, the lenses that denote the eyes of Fresh Cut Grass, usually like gentle and like a lighter white coloration, are a deep set venomous red.
Whoa! Oh shit!
What? FCG's Ruinous Born.
Man.
Here's the secret. You're all Ruinous Born.
Fucking moon.
Laudna is in a weird headspace, and suddenly she just starts hearing this rushing in her ears, and it's like she can hear the words that Delilah just said about how her friends are going to betray her, and how I'm in a dangerous place, and how I need to protect myself, and my friends are going to betray me, and my friends are going to betray me, and my friends are going to betray me. And I walk up to him, and I wrap my hands around his head, and I say, "Don't you fucking do this, wake up!" And I'm going to do Hunger of the Shadow.
What is that?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to do
So go ahead and roll for that.
amazing new title. Sounds like a Japanese horror movie.
Natural 20.
Oh! This is getting real!
What does that do?
It immediately replaces all robotic parts with human parts.
It's a very specific feature.
Just fingernails everywhere.
She's just
Oh, that's so gross.
4d8.
A damage?
Yep.
Yo, that's some 8s, bitch. Sorry.
Holy shit. Really?
16, 21, 23.
Water willy game.
Doubled to 46.
Just coffee.
Plus 4. So,
I'll let you, I guess, describe it, Matt, because this is the first time that's happening. But
That's
Laudna
50 points of damage?
is shaking, and I do 50 points of damage as I grasp his head.
Well, here, I won't speak it because I'm going to ask you an interesting question. Okay. How do you want to do this?
I do have 56 hit points.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong one. I was looking. You're right. So never mind. Never mind. I literally was looking up. I was on Laudna's character sheet and saw a lower number. That's on me. Sorry. So I will describe it then.
Wow.
Kidding.
Sorry, didn't mean to spook you there.
Yeah.
Or did I?
I mean, you tell me, bro.
No, you're right. So as you grasp the face, you hear that voice curl up from in the back of your mind once more and be like, you see, at the end of all things, only yourself can be relied on when all love is taken. And with that sense of all love is taken, that cold sensation emerges through your fingers, and that glowing red light you see in the face of fresh cut grass briefly turns a black void like umbra. And you hear this creaking of metal as all the joints in the body of fresh cut grass immediately seem to almost corrode, like the metal had been left to the elements for hundreds of years. You see rust and oil and all these sort of just dark chemicals and elements of eroded material just suddenly apparate and fill the gaps of their body. And with that, you feel this rush, this overwhelming surge of power within the center of your chest, and your gentle, cold, slow heartbeat for a moment fills with warmth and life.
I'll add to that, as FCG's eyes turn black, mine flash with red, almost the same color as his, and as I'm gripping, almost digging my nails, cracking his metallic faceplate, just under my breath, you hear, "This isn't who you are." Uncertain who she's talking to.
I can't transfer suffering to myself, right?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
Sorry.
Cool.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Fern, you're up.
Okay.
That was crazy.
That's a huge hit.
Yeah. 50? Yeah.
Dude.
Holy moly. Okay. I am going to walk over and place my hand on his head, on their head, and I'm going to cast heat metal.
Oh, okay.
Just to try to shuffle up the
I
brain.
haven't let go, by the way. I will say I'm just continuing to almost crush his skull inward. I haven't released my grip.
Okay, great. Okay, so you go ahead and cast heat metal. How much damage does that deal?
That is.
To be clear, I attacked you with a wooden mouse. Okay. All these other people came WWE.
Just go ahead and roll 2d8 damage.
I will behead you.
Nothing I can fucking do.
That is 15 points.
You're not gonna be unconscious?
I'm unconscious.
Okay. Fern, how do you want to do this?
Oh, do. Okay. I just want to knock him out. And I'm just gonna go over and say, I'm just gonna scramble some stuff around, put you to sleep because you're being a little weird. And
Your parents don't like you. They never
wow.
did, and that's why they got rid of you. And you know what? They were fucking right.
oh wow. So I just shoot out the heat metal and just sort of keep going.
Okay, you watch as the normally, now heavily tarnished, kind of dull, goldish brass coloration to fresh cut grass begins to immediately flare to a bright orange. And at that moment, how much damage was it?
15.
15 fire damage. You both take 15 fire damage as you're clutching this metallic entity that now suddenly flares to extreme heat action. You feel the side of your face begin to sizzle in an instant, and you instinctively begin to let go as you go limp, and you just throw him to the ground.
Don't let go. I
You
take it
just
and I just keep.
hold the head there, a limp, fresh cut grass. The eyes now darkened as consciousness slips.
As my eyes fade, I guess looking at her, I'll just say, "You were never alive." And then I'm dead.
Unconscious.
Unconscious.
I can just. You see Laudna's tip of her black, cracked fingernails sink into the soft metal, almost puncturing it.
Stop!
I'm gonna cast Calm Emotions on this whole fucking bubble.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I gently lay him down.
Worm's gonna quietly go over and try to twist and take away the buzzsaw on FCG's arm, if that's possible.
Indeed. Yeah.
Yeah.
You, given the context of this and you're high enough past its perception, you've noticed that, the buzzsaw definitely has a different coloration to the rest of FCG's body. There are numerous parts that seem to be pieced together from other automatons and such. You also notice, though, that unique streak of grass on the chest. Could be grass. But also kind of looks like a streak of fingers.
Does it come away?
It does. It dislodges.
Immediately follow that up by sliding a rope through the spokes of his wheel. And I take both ends of that rope and I scuttle up one of the ropes hanging in the room and I slide down over a hook. And
make a death saving throw.
Raise him upside down.
Is the heat metal still active?
Is it still active?
No.
I calmed. I calmed.
Yeah.
Yes.
10?
10 is a success. It's 9 or below, so that's one success.
So just tied him off. He's hanging upside down in the room.
Dude, should I heal? We knocked him out. Should I heal him to just bring him back? Maybe he's reset?
Heal him. Heal.
Okay.
Fucking heal.
Okay, I'll heal.
Well, everybody ready? I thought that was going to go differently.
I did too. Are you all ready?
I am standing right next to FCG. I am watching you all like a fucking hawk.
He's upside down, right? Inverted.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, like in a like meat hanging on a hook.
Laudna just
18 points of healing.
Oh, thank you.
like kind of quietly starts backing away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm in a way mirroring Ashton.
FCG. You come to consciousness in a familiar room, but an unfamiliar perspective. You see all of your friends standing before you upside down, oddly. And as you kind of look around, you are hanging from the ceiling, and you are a bit woozy. It's weird to wake up like this. That's odd.
It's hot in here. What happened?
You're also
Color our eyes.
You're also at 0 stress points.
Amazing. I'm at
They're
0
talking in
stress
code to each other.
points.
His eyes are back to the normal coloration.
How do you feel?
I feel great.
What just happened? Fresh cut.
Well, I mean, we,
Talk out the last 2 minutes.
last 2 minutes, y'all were having tea. Oh, yeah. I still don't know where Dancer is. And, yeah, there were some dolls. You were playing with some dolls, right?
Yeah.
FCG.
Oh, do you need, oh my gosh, what happened to you? Do you need some healing?
Do you mind?
Sure. I'll cast a healing word on you. It's gonna be okay. Don't worry, Chad, I got you.
Have you ever seen a wound like this before?
4 points of healing.
Oh, thank you.
A wound like that?
Yeah.
Did you cut yourself on one of your little thingies?
No, not me.
Was it firm?
Ashton, has this happened before?
No. Can we please cut them down now?
Well, we're all calm because we are calm. Let's just talk a little bit longer. They're okay.
Okay.
No one's gonna hurt them.
Very impressive display. It's just out of caution.
You had a bit of an episode.
Okay.
Something happened. You were having a conversation with Dancer, and then you went limp, like unconscious, but a weird kind of unconscious for you. Chetney tried to knock you awake, and you buzzsawed him very violently. Like, I was impressed violently.
This happened to me today?
This was maybe 45 seconds ago.
Your eyes turned red?
Yeah.
Conjured a very impressive and detailed wooden chisel out of energy, and it hovered above my head.
You were talking like somebody else.
What'd I say?
Some pretty hurtful things. Letters?
That's some pretty mean shit.
Surprisingly negative and kind of attacking.
Doesn't really matter, though.
No smiling happy days, that's for sure.
I don't know what to say. I hurt you? I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all, shit happens. I tried for a manual reset. Might not have been the best call. But the reaction, I think, has people a little puzzled. Your eyes turned red? And it didn't sound like you were in there at all.
I don't know what to say. I don't remember any of that.
The last thing you remember was trying to talk to Dancer?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's not ever do that again. 'Cause talking to her is what set you off.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
So, when you were in the cave and the thing happened where everybody got hurt and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
What am I trying to say?
Can you guys cut me down? It's sort of uncomfortable to keep the...
From my recollection, is it entirely possible from what I saw at the cave that maybe this happened there? Do I have any memory that would contradict that notion?
You remember seeing everyone torn apart.
Yes.
You remember seeing the spatters of blood. You remember seeing the remnants of that party by whatever creature pulled it apart. And you all this time just thought like, well, there are many creatures that could have done this.
Yeah.
You spend some time looking at the wound that's on Chetney's chest, thinking back to that. I mean, it's quite possible.
Oh boy. I mean, now that you mention it.
Well, didn't you see something that it was a creature or something?
Oh, I didn't
One-eyed
actually
creature?
see the creature. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't. I got there afterwards, and FCG was the only one left standing.
But when I looked into your memory, I did see some sort of one-eyed creature.
You looked into my memory?
Not just now, but remember back a while ago, you and I tried to figure out what happened on that day.
Try again.
No.
Well, if we're gonna do
Letters,
it.
I'm not.
Well, what was it then?
Well,
I mean, if he's hung up and restrained.
a little bit low on. He's kind of damaged right now. Maybe right now is not the time to do it.
When I just looked.
Roll an intelligence check.
Oh boy, this will be fun.
Oh, if his hit points get low,
Oh, he gets.
stress levels get high.
Natural 20. Never mind.
Let's fucking go.
So that would be intelligence. That's 21.
Okay. You see the word damaged. Remember when you found FCG? FCG had one of their ocular units was damaged, and you had to go get it repaired with Milo.
That's true.
A one-eyed monster was what they were looking for.
Oh my fucking god!
That killed their friends.
You're the one-eyed monster.
I don't know if I say that out loud.
Goes right up. Fresh cut grass. This is a problem. Do you remember any of that?
No, I don't.
Insight check just for the technicality of it. Yeah. Balls.
Natural 20. 3. No, I don't. I genuinely don't.
I don't know if that's gonna be good enough.
When you lost consciousness, it was like you had 100 voices in your head all at once. Hundreds of memories, all speaking at the same time. I feel like we need to find someone who understands you. Didn't Imahara Joe talk of other automatons that had been coming to life? Maybe somebody.
She knows.
Answer?
Yeah.
I think that's a very bad idea.
Brought me to life. I mean, she knows more about me than I do.
Yeah, but
We really gotta find her now. Also, I don't think this is entirely bad. That was fucking savage.
It really was quite.
I was inside of you I haven't seen since that first day we met and you tried to pretend to be intimidating. And I was like, yeah, this fucking bot can roll. And then it was real. And I saw it for real that time. And honey, I'm in.
I'm sorry, Chet. I didn't. I mean, you're so old. I shouldn't have attacked you.
It's okay.
It's so hard when you talk like that. Being all sweet.
Yeah, you flipped a switch, but you're back. This is Letters.
Yeah, this is me.
Do you have bad thoughts about everyone?
Bad thoughts?
Yeah, that you're afraid to say out loud.
Everybody has
No.
bad thoughts about everybody.
Of course not. I support you.
I don't.
Yes, you do.
Fern.
No, of course not. I don't. My job is to keep you all healthy and happy.
Maybe they go somewhere.
I've been trying my damnedest to not look into all y'all's minds all the fucking time because it felt like an invasion of privacy. But I will if I have to.
Go ahead.
I'll look into your head every fucking day if I have to
I don't
find
have anything
out.
to hide.
Pull this car.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna look into your brain right now.
Do you allow?
Sure. Come on in.
Is there a flesh brain hidden
What are you
inside?
specifically looking for?
I'm looking for bad thoughts. The truth behind those bad thoughts.
Okay. The first thing I'll say, you've had a good part of recent years to kind of know the ropes of how to engage with different minds, somewhat.
Plus,
you
we've
know.
mind melded.
Yeah, you guys have become quite bonded.
Same
Yeah.
And you've been through FCG's mind, as fresh as it seems. Of only the handful of years of consciousness that are on record within the mind that you've previously touched. You go in there and there is no memory of the past few minutes of this encounter. It's almost like time looped on itself and then just began rewriting. The memory is just edited out.
Can I look for any of those memories that were flashing all at once? Any of those voices that I heard that were different?
You begin to kind of scan through, and you begin to pick up some of these quotes, and they're memories of Orem and you confiding in FCG and in battle, taking the impact of someone else's trauma and hearing the words of discomfort and sadness of other people around. When they're all strung out, it's just a bunch of experiences. It's just the world around. And in that moment, it was just all of it folded into a single point in time to an overwhelming degree.
I can tell you some of the things you hear. You hear Chetney saying, I love working with wood. I didn't feel I needed anyone. And you hear yourself say, I have this thing with crowds. And then you hear Fern say, I have so many regrets. And you hear Orem say, most nights I miss him. The time we had was real good. And Laudna says, Andy. And Ashton says, friends is a complicated word. I try to avoid it.
I've said it once, and I'll say it again. I think we need to open you the fuck up and see what's inside.
I think that we all have to accept that everybody here is a potential fucking powder keg. Except for this one. For some reason, we've decided to have one person who seems healthy and well adjusted. Honestly, it's a little irritating.
Yeah, but you always need one.
I believe you're a powder keg, don't you worry.
While we're looking around at folks, how's Laudna doing?
Laudna has retreated to the back corner of the room, and what does Chetney see?
I've just kind of kept slowly walking backwards, and now I'm pressed up against the corner, hair dripping over my face as she's just deeply distressed and looking kind of like the ring girl in the fucking corner.
No, it's a Chetney. Okay.
This could have been fucking any of us. Let's just accept that. This could have been any of us.
Like what, we would all snap and try to kill each other?
Yeah.
Probably.
This is not the first time it's happened, has it?
Well, it was one bite. Look, it was,
You snapped. You hear in your head, you just snapped.
I snap all the fucking time. And you, well, honestly, I don't think anyone here is as afraid of you as you are.
That's good.
And we're in this fucking together. We are here. We have decided to be around each other. We have decided to be this fucking explosive. So why don't we just try and fix each other very slowly and not decide that one person is the fucking problem?
Oh, by no means. I also don't think we should open him up, Fern, any more than we should open you up or Chet up. SCG, you're a person with some serious trauma.
Thank you. I mean, for the first part.
Laudna slowly starts walking up.
Are you okay?
May I
Do what?
fix you a little?
Sure. Can you do that?
I just trace where I dug my fingers into his head, and if I could do a little mending to kind of pop it back into shape.
Like a plunger on a car.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
There you go.
Undo the dent.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Oh, don't worry about it.
I think I should, but As long as you're okay.
I am if you are.
I have a whole new respect for you. Can I show you what you look like?
Sure.
And I'll use minor image to just make a small little conjuration of FCG lunging with red eyes and a buzzsaw out, frozen in time.
That's horrifying.
It's your ultimate form.
I hope it's not my ultimate form.
Just remember, when we need this in battle, we need like a code word to call it forth.
I'm not an attacky
Summon it
thing.
from
I'm
the
a
depths.
healy thing. I don't want to be that. I don't think.
Remember.
That's your whole thing is wolfing out.
Who did Dancer buy you from again?
Buy me?
Yeah, didn't she acquire you somehow?
Joe said something about that, right?
You were broken down on a cart, and she bought you and brought you back, right?
Yeah, I that's what, I mean, I don't know. All I know is I woke up.
I wonder who had you before.
We gotta talk to Dancer now. Not with you, unfortunately. Maybe from a safe distance.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, to be honest, it didn't really sound like she wanted to see me too much.
Well,
I
mean, if you pulled that on her, then
I think you might have.
I might have.
I think upon reflection of the day that we met,
say it.
I think that might have been.
Say it.
I don't think that the cave is what killed your friends. I think you might have had an episode.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, and why?
So it's our responsibility. It's your responsibility to figure this shit out.
Oh boy.
It's okay. Hey, it's all good. Nope.
Is it okay?
Yeah, look, we're gonna figure it out. Just stay with us, okay?
You like doing the work. This is work. This is good work.
And hey, maybe it's a good warning if he goes all limp and staticky, we don't hit him in the head.
Listen, a little kinetic energy never hurt anybody.
Clearly
except
it
me.
did.
Well, what's interesting though, it seems like when you get to a certain point and almost maybe dying, another version of you pops out. So
close to dying?
Well,
I don't think
I
that's
don't
what
know.
really what
What do you
happened.
think really
That's not
was?
really what happened.
what happened?
Just a.
they just look like they fritzed out for a second and then.
We're all gonna figure this out, and you're gonna be better for it. We're gonna figure it out.
Maybe if I'm dangerous, maybe you should take my tools and my weapons and things.
Oh, we got your buzzsaw.
You do realize you're missing an arm, and Orm is holding your buzzsaw.
Orm shoves his sword into the dirt. We gotta come to an agreement, though. Every one of you guys is carrying around some kind of offal. And every one of you has fucking snapped, just like he said. We don't have time for any of that, to drag any one of us down, and we have to be better together. Have to. If Letters flips out like that again, if you shred the person next to you, if you turn into Night of the Living Dead, if you go ham and smash anything, if you keep going on a thieving run,
That doesn't hurt anybody. I'm just.
unless it does.
Okay, that's probably right. Unless it's
And we already talked last night.
Yeah.
I need all of you to try to be better together than you are alone, because we are in a spot that nobody else is in, and nobody is seeing all this shit the way we are right now. So we're either better together and solve it, or it all goes off the rails and all falls apart. So moving forward, if one of us falls out of line, the rest of us bring him back in. And I need that commitment from all of you moving forward.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll let this slide. That was terrifying. But I need that commitment from you.
I don't know.
Letters, you gotta know.
Well, I don't. I've hurt people before. I've killed people before. I tried to do it again. How am I supposed to know? How am I supposed to stop that? I mean, I'll try. I'll try. But I can't control. I don't know if I can control myself. Will you make sure I don't do it again?
Yeah.
Yes. If you do too.
Okay. I'll do my best. Yeah.
What if I'm just putting this out there, just a little extra thing? What
Here
if
it
we
comes.
could use just a little bit of that fire that he had if we have an emergency? We won't do it. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to stop down
Yeah, I think
right
the problem would be turning it off or directing it.
Yeah.
That was fascinating.
Plus, I don't know if it was an enjoyable experience for him. At least what I saw in your brain when it was happening, I didn't feel like you were enjoying yourself.
I hope not.
Unlike you, Chet, I know you really enjoy it when you wolf out.
Everybody enjoys it.
It's really
Are you
remarkable.
asking for?
No, I would
Do you
rather
want
not.
some?
No, I don't want the
Okay.
show. I don't. Right now.
I feel like I've walked in on something.
Oh, that's right.
Well, good morning, everyone. I can make some coffee before we all
That
make
would
our
be
way to the
wonderful.
city.
Thank you
I'll
so
go ahead and
much.
do that, and I'll just close the door behind me. And Birdie leaves in.
Or you agree, though, that we gotta get Dancer over here to look at this thing, but we also gotta talk to her about FCG without them present. But that's a must now,
We
right?
gotta talk to Dancer.
Yeah, we gotta. That's a must.
Can I get down now?
Please. Orm gets up the blade and cuts the rope, and then no.
Already there.
Catches the rope to counterweight it, and
Yeah.
lifts slowly up into the air.
And I'm using
It's very pirate.
telekinesis to try to softly
buddy.
bring you down as well.
Okay, buddy.
I'll take off my bolt thrower and give it to Orem, and my grapple cannon, I guess, and
No,
give it to
you
Orem.
need that. That's a tool.
No, I can't.
How is the buzzsaw too? Was it one of the pieces that eroded and got all gnarly, or?
I mean, the erosion is easy to clean off. Okay. It's not like it's physically damaged forever, but it still carries some of the leftover grotesqueness that was an after effect of your ability.
You take it.
What's that?
I'm trying to clean you
Squeaky
up.
clean.
And with prestidigitation, it's easy enough to clean up. It comes off pretty nice.
You keep it. Just know that if that happens again, we're gonna do what we have to do to stop you, and that's what everybody has to be willing to do to everyone else in this circle.
I'm willing to kill all of you if it means protecting the rest of us.
You're dead to me. There's too much at stake.
Hey, don't sweat it. We've been together for a while now, and that's the first time that's happened on a whatever call where you reached out to somebody who wasn't even here. That's a pretty good percentage. You're in control of yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just keep track of the things that set you off, and then fucking run when they do, and
Okay.
hopefully
we're
we can
just
turn you off or
a
you turn
little
us
more
off.
careful deep diving into your memories. Until we can find someone who can really help us.
Okay. All right. Still, I might feel better if you just hold on to them for like a day. I don't know.
Hold on to what?
My sharp things.
What if you need it?
I think we should talk to Dancer about where that thing came from.
What? You mean the
The
buzzsaw?
It doesn't look like you're.
No, it was part of one of the other automatons. I salvaged the parts after.
Maybe that part was
No, you don't have to say it. You don't.
You salvaged that part after Ashton came to help you guys? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
We sort of buried what we could find, and then there were some parts that were just sort of scattered and left about, and
Whose buzzsaw was it at one point?
let me double check.
I believe it was.
I think it was Pussy.
Seem to recall.
Young Timmy.
A puss. I'll never forget Matt saying that was Pussy's buzzsaw. I'm telling you, it was
Yeah,
Pussy.
no, I remember that.
It was Pussy.
Pussy's buzzsaw.
It was Pussy.
That's a nice
Pussy's buzzsaw.
And
That's all right.
the grapple cannon was Oatmeal's.
Oh. All right. Well, it's been a productive morning.
I guess we're heading back now.
After coffee.
Uh-huh.
Does anybody really need coffee at this point?
Yes.
You've been healed. Stop your bitching.
It festers.
I'll go ahead and pour around. Birdie goes and gives cups to those who need it and begins to gather her things. Ollie Callaway is going to stay with the machine along with Hondir and both keep an eye on the space and see what we can try to do to start fixing it and put it together and make sure nothing strange happens in the interim. Unless you have any other business to handle.
As we're walking out, I'm just gonna stop Laudna. I know that wasn't you.
I don't know what happened.
You went outside before that. You were talking to her.
She wanted the other rock. The one that Sashimi gave birth to.
What a sentence.
Well, she can't have it. Right?
She said that everyone, that all of you all would betray me. And then I came in and
Laudna.
Fresh cut Grassley did that and
She's an evil bitch who hung you from a tree. She's not gonna say anything that helps you. You know that she's using you.
what if that is? What if they were right?
Everyone's gonna betray you.
No, when FCG said that I've never been alive.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I know I was alive.
You had a life.
I just don't know what it was about me that
FCG listened to all of our memories. He listened to everything we've said in earnestness, and he's listened to our fears and our hopes and our dreams. And in that moment, they used that against you, and that's all that was. They knew what would hurt you the most. All right?
I'm just starting to wonder if I was always a blank canvas, even in my youth. I don't know.
You have one of the biggest sparks I've ever seen. You don't need a pulse for that.
Pale in comparison to yours.
We'll get through this. We'll get FCG better. And we're gonna get her out of your head. And then we're gonna, kill that god on Ruinous. I don't know. Might as well set our goals high, right?
Gods. It might be 2.
Might be 2.
Maybe 3. I don't know. All right. You're right. His letters would say, smiley day.
Smiley day.
Orm yanks his blade out of the dirt after everyone has left. Just gives it 2 slow flourishes in the air. I'm trying, Dad. I'm trying. And follows him out.
Tense. More conscious maybe than you wanted to be this early in the day. And looking forward to the distraction of the mounting mysteries before you as opposed to the mysteries close to home. You all gather into your array of 2 tandem skirmisher crawlers, and in the early morning sun here in the Hellcatch, tear off in the direction of Bassuras to whatever awaits you there. And that's what we'll end today's episode. Pick up there next week.
Game. Oh boy.
No.
This is everything I wanted. It's taking some turns.
Watching just slow things just all building for so many episodes. Just like, I don't know when all they're gonna hit, and it's just like wham, 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 wham. Like, oh god.
Oh. Shit always gets real at episode 30. Look it up. Every campaign.
It's a thing, yeah?
Is it really a thing?
I mean,
yeah,
roughly,
yeah, that's right.
The Briarwood arc
That shit kicks
ended
off.
towards the end of, or
That's
started
right,
kicking
when-
up.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
26, 27.
And then around 30 was when, with Mighty Nine, when we
Towers
got
of
off.
Ash, the
Yeah,
Oh,
when,
jeez.
when you were like, we gotta go find my husband in Felderwin.
Oh.
I feel like 30 might have been end of the pirate arc.
You said the Empire arc.
Anyway, regardless,
wow,
this is crazy. I'm excited to play
Holy.
next session. See where it's going. Well, awesome. We'll contemplate all these things for a little bit, as I'm sure you will too. Thank you all so much for joining us. We love you very much. And is it Thursday yet? Good night.